Feels like I'm meant to strike. Flat earth beneath my feet, knowing I'm here to meet. Ocean's edge, it calls my name. Purpose in this life's game. Horizons line so clear, God's love brings me near. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway. Mountains tall, they stand in place, yet no curve in this earthly space. Every step holds a meaning pure. With his guidance I'm secure. Stars above, they brightly shine, crafted signs of God divine. I'm made for something true. In God's plan my path renews. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway.
What's up, yo, Clips? How's it
You
going?
caught me swearing.
That's why I saw that. That's why I had to put it over.
No swearing.
How's it going, man? Good to see you guys. We have MK Ultra, the boss in the house, Michael Kahn. Roger, who just became an alpha wolf. Really appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thank you very much. And also thank you for your super chat. What was the super chat? The super chat says, a noun, a verb, and an adverb are just words. So they are. Thank you very much, you rock. And then we have PJ and Ryan as well.
Yeah, they are just words,
What's up?
but they do describe things.
Quite quiet, in fact. Really quiet.
Why?
You kind of low. The kids are messing with it again.
No, it's full blast here.
Huh.
Let me see if I do it this way. How's that sound? Better?
A little
bit.
Little. Not much.
A little. Okay. Maybe it's restream settings again. Let me go to order again. Order deck. It's advanced. And auto game.
Oh.
Is that better?
It's better. It's better
Yes.
than it was, yeah. A lot better than it was.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, it's good to see you guys. Yeah. So level.
Yeah. Level.
Yeah, level. Yeah, it's a good word.
It's kind of like that.
Mm.
A bit like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's weird when you talk about level, it sort of like always represents horizontal.
Kind of is. Kind of is. I've never seen level being a that.
Well, we do have votes already. Level can only horizontal.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. Yes, 70%. Congratulations. You guys understand what level means. No, I are dumb say horizontal curves. That's 24%. That would include you, Sean Hawkins, that's streaming my stream right now.
Oh,
And
It is? Oh, hi, Sean.
he started like early before we even started.
hi, Sean.
Poor fella. He's even blocked me on Discord again. Not sure. 5%. Ooh, interesting. Hey, Mac, thank you for coming. One man, right? Good to see you all. It's good. I finally got my backup channel linked to this as well.
I was talking about you earlier, Flats, being timed out for being a Trinitarian.
Yeah.
Did you?
I went on Sergio's channel and I just asked him kindly and politely, you haven't answered me yet about Hebrews 9 and Acts 1 yet. And then he called me a fool and a Zionist and timed me out for being a Trinitarian.
And we don't strive with Trinitarians here, he said. But yet we strived with his oneness for long enough, you know?
But
Like
the
Michael was
issue
saying.
is his oneness doesn't exist.
No.
It's not biblical. It's not doctrine.
But it shows whether who had the patience with who then, because we were listening to him, even though we knew where we stood. We still let him come on and all that. But yet when you go over there, he doesn't strike with Trinitarians. He doesn't even let you in the chat. So
It's a cult, man. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that.
One word, hypocrite.
heretic.
You see, the thing is, he tried to present twice his argument, and both times he failed because he can't stand on scripture to make his argument.
That's right. That's right. I just thought it was interesting because when I timed Sergio out that night in here, even though I let him off for the timeout, he WhatsApped me saying that's a girl move. But yet, when he times you out for being a Trinitarian, that's not a girl move, you know?
It's a man's move, buddy.
Yeah.
See, Vicky banned Sergio. There you go, Mike. I told you that's why you can't get those comments you were looking for. He was looking for comments today on Sergio, and we couldn't find it. And like, someone probably banned him.
Yeah, Vicky banned. As soon as Vicky knew about that thing that he said, that the Trinitarian thing, timing him out because of that, she banned him.
Well, he deserves to be banned.
Absolutely. He's banned from mine. He won't get back in mine anymore.
Yeah.
Petty crap and crazy.
I mean, we went through this with him before, and we kind of all gave him a second chance and a third chance, and now he's like, oh well, it's up to you to make the first move, PJ. You've got to make this up because you insulted me, sort of thing. So I've got to say sorry to him apparently and make it up with him. Yeah, well, before God, before God.
I was over in Discord earlier, and everybody's all a buzz about Dell still. For some reason, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, one thing we can give up to Dad, at least he knows what level means.
Yeah.
Yes, he does know what level means. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a good thing.
He doesn't know what cool means, but
just think how sad your life must be if you don't even know what level means.
I know. I mean, these people claim to be level-headed, and they don't even know what level means.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. So that's a good one. How about perpendicular? There's people who don't even know what that means.
Perpendicular-headed.
I'm still trying to figure out how you can claim a perpendicular, which is based on a 90-degree angle, can have a curve to it.
It just can't. It just really can't.
So yeah, it's quite hectic. So yeah, I didn't really have any topic tonight. I just brought it as level just for the fun of it.
Did you I see Jaren put out a video not long ago about water. What is water?
We can watch that.
I think the first thing he says in it is, where does it come from? What's water? Because God didn't create it. I turned it off at that point, but I knew what he was going to say because God was hovering over the waters. He says that God didn't create it; it was already there. That's what he was going to say.
Okay, no, that's fine. Let's educate Jaren if you have to.
I think he might be hinting around water might be God.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch it. I just seen like 30 seconds of it, maybe 40.
I didn't watch it neither. I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
That's the only issue I do have with Jaren, though. He doesn't actually know what he's talking about when it comes to Bible. He wants to claim to know, but doesn't actually know what's going on.
Well, I heard he was like at the beginning he was like thinking about Satan, like praying.
The thing is, he unfortunately Jaren does have an antichrist spirit. He is very antichrist. He hates God with a passion for some odd reason. I don't know what God is here, but
he went to a Jesuit school, from what I remember, right?
Interesting.
That's not God's fault, though, is it?
No.
Nope.
But let's see what he has to say about that. Okay, water. Okay. Right. Editing.
About a few things real quick that I think is very interesting. And I don't think enough of us think about it, okay?
Okay.
So, think about water.
Water, yeah.
And what you know about it. Like, first off, where
it's wet
in the Bible does God create water?
In the beginning.
Where in the Bible does God create water? So,
Genesis 1 verse 1. Exactly. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
That includes the water.
That includes the water.
Just because it says he was hovering over the face of the deep doesn't mean he didn't create that deep.
Yeah. So that's where he's going with it. Right to the water.
Remember it's saying in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. and the earth was without form, and it was void.
Void.
Just
Yeah.
water.
Void.
Just imagine water. There's nothing. There's no light.
There's
It's just
nothing.
water.
Mhm.
And God was hovering over the face of the deep. There's your water.
Mhm.
Remember, even if you read on in your Bible, it says all things are made through Jesus.
Aye.
All things.
Through, by,
What
and
is
for.
included?
Through, by, and for.
The
You
how
guys
is
have
the
anything?
question. I can tell you how.
Ooh, coffee.
Yeah. So,
Delicious.
for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. You're welcome.
So is Jaren suggesting then that water's not part of all things?
Seems so.
Probably.
Just like Jaren tried to, what was it, like beginning of the year or something, where he tried to state that Jesus is trying to buy people over with gold,
Oh man, that was
gold
terrible.
streets. You know what I mean? And this is up there how terrible it is. Hey Toshiro, what's up? He says, "How do you know if you were not there witnessing the magic of?" It's not magic, first of all, and secondly, he just attacked God and the Bible, so using God and the Bible to refute his nonsense.
You could twist that word back to Shiro and say, how does Jaren know what he's claiming? Like, it's not.
Hey
You've got
Luca, step
no
in for a
argument.
second.
Mate.
Go ahead. Lucas.
Just
Hello.
a second, by the way.
So-
Just a second.
Yeah, just 1 second. So I'm confused about the thing you said about water. That's a so in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth.
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
And you say water was already there?
No,
The
No.
heavens is
part of the
water?
earth. What is
Oh
part
my
of the earth?
God.
We've just
Wow.
covered
I just
this,
said-
Luke.
Just covered it, dude.
I just
So
read
it-
Colossians. I just read Colossians 1:16 to you, dude.
So
It-
the
it-
so when the earth was created, the water was on the earth that was created.
It was created with the earth.
Okay. Okay. So the water was created with the earth. Got it. Okay.
It's part of the earth.
Okay. Thank you. See you guys.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, that just needed clarifying on that one. If it,
You
yeah,
could have typed it
I
in
must
chat.
have heard it wrong or something. All right. See ya.
We do read the chat, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not hard to understand. Colossians 1 verse 16 and 17, like I read.
Now let's see where this
Oh,
fool's going to go with it.
Yeah.
All things are created by God.
Well, he doesn't. There's no creation moment of God creating water.
Yes, there is. In the
Wow.
beginning.
Wow.
Genesis 1 verse 1. And Toshiro, you want to know why I say Jaron is not on par when it comes to debating Bible. There you go. He doesn't even know what Genesis 1:1 says.
He created the heavens and the earth, where there's water. Water is part of the earth, and water is part of the heavens.
Oh,
Right.
Brenda debates. She wants to explain perpendicular
Yeah.
to us.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
Brenda,
boy, come
you
on.
can take your manly, airy hearts out of my chat. You're not welcome here.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
bye, Brenda.
There goes pie. All right. Bye-bye.
Brenda
Nice.
is an antichrist,
Yeah.
hating God, fear-mongering idiot who doesn't even know he's a man.
Ta-ta,
Should stay
Mr.
away.
Debates.
You are not welcome here, Brenda. Bye-bye. Okay,
At
let's
least,
go.
at least I'm polite. Call him
Can I
Mr.
say something before you start it? There's nothing in creation that doesn't have water in it, right?
No,
everything.
Everything has water.
That would be part of creation. There you go.
Mhm. You know what I find really odd? They want to label me as a homophobic kind of person just because I say, dude, you're a man. Deal with it. Facts are facts. And the fact is you're a man, and the other fact is you're not welcome here. So bugger off. Okay, let's carry on.
Okay, God separated the waters from the waters, but the assumption may be that water was always here. Okay, that's just one thing. I'm not saying anything definitive, and I'm not looking for people to come back and say, "Oh no, but the Hebrew." I don't care. I'm just saying, in general, let's think about what water does and what. Isn't it weird that?
Whoa! I don't agree with that. He says he doesn't care, but he literally brings up the Bible in the beginning, if God created it or not.
It
Then he
must mean
does
something
care.
to him. Yeah.
Then he does care.
I don't get Jeddah at all, me. Like, surely a majority of people following the Bible believers, surely. And if that be the case, then I don't understand them people why they follow him.
But he's contradicted himself though, because he opened with using the Bible as the argument that how do we know it's great, and then saying he doesn't care, he doesn't want any rebuttal to it. How?
Well, we don't know what perpendicular means, guys.
Oh
Please
my
explain it.
goodness.
No,
That's
I'm sorry. We do know what perpendicular is. If a guy doesn't know he's a guy, he should not come and tell me what other things are. It's too complicated for him.
a
So
6-year-old
Brenda,
knows what a
stop
6-year-old
coming
knows what
in.
perpendicular is.
Yeah. So Brenda, bugger off.
Bugger being the operative word.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't you block a line?
When you were a kid, maybe
No,
still.
unfortunately, Restream doesn't let you block.
No.
Are we going to have to literally sit here and watch you keep sniping in private comment?
Yeah, guys, this is how desperate Brenda the man is. Doesn't get the words, get the hell out of my chat, you are not welcome here.
Let me explain how stupid you are. Let me explain how
Yes,
stupid
you're an
you
idiot,
are.
Brenda.
You're a dude who thinks he's a woman. That's how stupid you are.
Look! Don't rise to a line, but
Yeah, don't rise to him.
surely
Just leave him.
there's got to be a way to stop him being able to comment in this chat box.
Yeah, wait. Look what we're gonna do. Bye, Brenda. Bye, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Bye, Brenda. Bye, Brenda. Bye, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Bye, Brenda.
Yeah, he was
How
calling
you
me
doing,
stupid
Brenda?
because I
Bye,
couldn't
Brenda.
get rid of her. Yeah, go ahead, say something, Brenda.
You know
Go.
you're a dude. Wait. You're a dude.
Dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Bugger off.
You're a bigot now. Oh hell.
Yeah, hey, dude. Bugger off.
If a bigot is telling the truth, then I'm a bigot.
Well, then I'm a proud bigot because you are not welcome here. Let's carry on.
Still today. You know how you flip a coin or you throw a coin into a fountain to make a wish?
No.
Kind of weird. Who came up with that, right?
Pagans. Pagans came up with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm a pathological liar too. I'm sorry. Coming from a guy that thinks he's a woman, you lying to yourself. Don't call me a liar. Last time I checked,
We-
Brenda, you're a guy who doesn't know you're a guy.
Oh
That's
wow,
called
11 frames.
Yeah,
Wow.
I knew it.
Oh, wow.
That was coming.
Did you not hear FTFE the other night, Craig? Where he kind of recanted the things that you guys have been saying.
He kind of apologized for everybody in a good way. Brenda, I got more respect for Craig than you. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I have more respect for my dog Shite than I do Brenda. Brenda, I'm really sorry, but you are not a woman. You may want to be a woman, but you is never gonna be one. You can't be. You were born a male, biological male. You could never have a womb and carry a baby. You could never have milk. You could never have anything that a woman has because you are a man. And how dumb do you have to be to come on a stream where not one person wants you? Because what you think, because you say you're a woman, you think that you can come on and what, talk your demonic shite.
I'm good
Like-
at asking for a prevail because you're not getting
Oh,
a
you're
prevail.
definitely not getting it, mate.
We know what perpendicular means, Brenda. We promise
know
you. We
you-
understand
Do you
it.
know what I don't get about Brenda, right? Brenda loves balls, but obviously hates his own.
Oh, big. Right, enough.
Yeah, drop
hey,
it
now.
now because next thing she'll just try and strike the stream or something.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's
You're
probably tried it
demonic.
many times, by the way.
I don't get
Well,
why. Like yesterday, you were on Rogers, and now you're trying to get on here. Get the hint, Brenda. Nobody wants you. Only Sean Hawkins will have you. Because that's how bad you are. Nobody else wants you. Go away.
Yeah.
Or I'll come back in. Right, bye.
Yeah,
Cheers,
babe.
thanks, Vicky.
Quit
Okay, let's just make this
pretending
plain.
you're somebody
Let's
else.
just make this plain and simple. I don't give a damn what the woke society give on opinions. Like, oh, you're hurting my feelings. Take your fact, lies, idiocy away. I'm not interested. Okay, I don't care if it hurts your feelings. You're a man, you're a man. You're a woman, you're a woman. You can't accept it. You can't accept anybody else to just accept it because you say so.
Well, it's not about
Simple as
opinion,
that.
neither, lady or guy, whatever you are. But the
Not an
fact of the matter
opinion.
is, yeah, there's facts in nature. They're male and female genders. That's just what it is. And don't go into hermaphrodites and stuff. That has nothing to do with it.
Can't you
You made
take
a
a
choice to do that. Yeah.
Can't
That's
you take
because-
physics or biology?
Yeah, desperate this guy is, guys. By the way, I'm still just exiting Brenda every 2 seconds. And he's just spamming my private chat. Is this what you globies love to do? You think this is something that you're proud of? Going to a place and harassing them. This is harassment. Literally, Brenda, get away. We do not want to do with your filth.
Go do your own show if you got something
Yeah,
to say.
go do your own show. Make a video if you want to. Not that we're going to watch it, but go make a video if you care about that.
That's actually
Okay.
true, Toshiro. You'd be thrown in a mental hospital 20 years ago. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you know,
That
I'll
just says
let
they-
Brenda on. I'll let Brenda on. If Brenda actually comes and concedes that Brenda's a man, how's that? You guys agree with that?
Yes, we'll accept that. Go ahead. Hey, Brenda, if you want to come on, say you're a man. Tell the truth for once in your life. Go ahead.
Yeah. Only way you're going to be able to come on.
You're not going to get that though. You're just going to go, come on and start spouting and waffle. Don't let him on.
What's up, Pseudo Kilo? How's it going?
Your mic's a wreck.
What's up? What's up?
How's it going,
How
man?
you guys doing?
Good.
Good in yourself.
I'm doing good, man.
It's good.
I had a question, and they definitely don't want to do any type of. I don't got any smoke for you, but I do got a question regarding the whole Jaren and the water situation.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if you were to ask me just logically, it was like I would feel that the earth and the land is everything outside of water. I would definitely feel like water is something that's not the earth. Like I would feel like the water is everything that the earth kind of isn't. Like if you take all the water off, there's your earth.
God said, let the dry land appear, and then he said, let all the waters gather into one place and call them seas.
Sound a bit like Bruce Sanchez.
He kind of does.
Doesn't he?
And I do have a question, man. Like, what's the beef with Jaren? Like, I don't know. I'm not a Jaren lover or nothing like that.
No,
But
I
what's
don't have beef with him. I do have a beef with his Antichrist spirit, though.
I don't really think is he Antichrist?
Yes.
Sure is,
Very,
definitely, 100%.
very.
What makes you say that?
Because of what he says about Jesus Christ.
He basically says that God can go,
Yeah.
suck his, you know what? He says things like that. He says things like, me and my wife's got to go and pray to Satan. That's Antichrist, I think.
Do you know what Antichrist means?
Anything against Christ, dude. Pretty simple.
Okay. I mean, myself, I'm not like a Bible believer or all that. I believe it has good teachings in it, but I'm not like somebody that confounds their life to what the Bible says. So I don't know, man. But I've definitely heard him support the Bible in certain ways and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, it's conflicting, dude. It really is.
He'll support it when he cherry picks, if it supports what he's talking about at the time, like flat Earth, when he was talking about flat Earth. He probably cherry picked, but he's not a believer or a follower of the way, as in Christ being the way.
Right, I got you, but I mean, I don't know if that is that what makes him antichrist, or is that he actually says, like fuck God, fuck Jesus,
Yes,
fuck the
That's
yes,
Bible.
exactly what he says.
more of that, yeah.
Got you. Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna sit back. I like the build. I just wanted to. That's the two questions I had. I just wanted to make sure I had clarity on it.
Thanks, bro.
But I will say this before I get off, because I did say fuck Jaren as well when he did the whole little final experiment. This would tell me that it's now a globe type shit. That's when I kind of start saying, fuck Jaren if that's the way he's
Look,
thinking.
so this is
But
Bro
he,
Sanchez, isn't it? Is this Bro Sanchez?
no, I'm not Bro
It
Sanchez.
sounds like Bro Sanchez, dude. No, sorry, I just thought you were.
Okay, cool. I'm not Bro Sanchez.
All right, cool.
All right.
But yeah, Jaren says some sketchy stuff.
But I will say that one thing that kind of gives me somewhat of a pass for him is that he is definitely a pioneer of the flat earth. Like he's definitely
He
a
was.
pioneer guy for the flat earth.
He maybe was.
He was. I wouldn't say today he is really the man to go to for flat Earth.
Especially when he's doubling down on saying if he sees a 24-hour sun, then it can't be flat. Especially when he's done flat Earth observations and measurements. Where does that go? If why does
Yeah,
that go out the window?
I
If he
truly
also,
think, yes, sir. I hear you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
that's
truly
right.
think the brother was infiltrated, man. I think that, he's a flat earther. He was infiltrated with a big bag of money that said, hey, if you start pushing this theme with the 24-hour sun, we'll pay you this much.
Yeah,
And I think he's now starting to kind of redact that and go against it now that he's starting to post back all the flat earth shit that he used to post. So I
I get
think,
you. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I would kind of agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we go with he's more of an opportunist. He's taking an opportunity here to play both sides of this like narrative, as you would call it. That's what I think Jared's actually doing. He's going to make a cash cow out of this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
don't you think that this could be his way out of flat Earth?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
Easy.
saying. I think that it was, and he was actually gonna take the money, But I feel like as of lately, he's been the old Jaren. He's been back to now proven globe Earth. A flat Earth over saying that anything, like a 24-hour sun could prove globe Earth. So I think he's trying to get back in our good graces type of thing. But I think that he was gonna take the money at one point. And hey, we're all men. I think that money can change a lot of shit for a lot of men. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well, also, just think what it would do for his channel if he does decide to revert to the globe. He's going to get a lot more subscribers as well. He'll probably triple his subscribers.
Of course.
Well, my
True,
opinion,
but as
don't.
of lately, like I said, I mean, he's doing the opposite. He's posting a lot of his old flat Earth stuff, and I feel like he's now going back to the flat Earth. He may have thought about the money, it's maybe something didn't go right, but I feel like he's now back to flat Earth, discussions.
Yeah. But like I said, we can't divine his motives though, or what it is.
Yes.
But the things that he says, like I said, I don't have anything against his flat Earth stuff. I am against his Antichrist spirit stuff because he is definitely a Christian hater, you could say. So that's the thing I do have against Jaren. And yes, he said very stupid stuff for flat Earth, but like I said, it could just be him trying to find his way out. I can't say anything other than that. But if I have to say anything, it would be I would attack him on his Antichrist spirit. That's it.
Gotcha.
Well, I want to say that his opinion doesn't hinge on the facts I see. Whatever Jaron thinks doesn't change me. I don't base my life on Jaron.
I seen the chat. They're arguing about the difference between Islam and Christianity. It's not hard to understand, guys. Islam is a false religion based on a guy that was a pedophile, a PDF file that just couldn't hold his pinky in his pants, and he
That's
could
it.
abrogate every time he wanted to make new laws that everybody else has to subscribe, but not himself. The guy didn't even know what was written in the Torah and the Bible, and he just wanted to make up what he thought was in there. Islam is literally based on a lie.
Yeah, Toshiro. I mean, I don't think really that's you said. My point is, what about the millions of people throughout history who live their lives without ever knowing about Jesus or Christian? I don't think that's kind of possible. I mean, maybe in a remote island somewhere that never ever heard of it, but
Well,
in
what's that got
general,
to do with anything, though?
I know everybody's going to have heard, and it says biblically that there'll be no excuses. Everyone will have heard of Jesus Christ, and
What
if
about-
someone doesn't, I mean, for some reason, then that's not their fault, is it? But I
What
can't.
about-
It's not
What
about
about people who've been ministering to these jungle villages that have never heard of Christ? Like,
exactly.
I don't think you've got any points to share to be
No.
making these kind of comments.
No.
If you want to be Jeren's bum boy and attack Christianity, stay over on Jeren's and do it. Don't come here to do it.
They're trying to take divinity out of Christ. That's all they've been doing since I've seen it. They really don't want Christ to be anything related to God. They want to make
Share
it.
us just more evidence of Jesus being who he says he is.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
Jesus
More
actually tells
evidence.
us that everybody had ate him, and that's what we're seeing.
Scripturally, it's
But look-
saying there's no excuses. Everyone
But I
will
mean,
have heard of the
There's
gospel.
more evidence for Jesus than there is for Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
Who's more popular, Caesar or Christ?
Well,
Okay, let's carry on seeing what Jaren has to say about the water, though.
Why would you wish on water? Why would you throw a coin in a fountain? Wish on water. Just something to think about.
Because that's pagan belief. The pagans had a belief. They believed it was a deity.
so
Probably
so
invented
you're
by
calling
some.
it-
Sorry, I was just gonna say, probably invented by some gadget with a well trying to make a few extra bucks. Like,
I didn't
You
know
got
that.
it.
I didn't know that when you throw a coin in the well, it's to do with the water giving you your wish. I didn't know it was the water meant to be doing. I didn't know that.
Just called a wishing well.
Yeah, wishing well. Yeah. So I didn't think it was anything to do with the water, because people throw coins down empty wells.
Well,
Actually,
at least Brenda's
wells
stopped
are
talking.
empty. Yeah, you're correct.
Hmm.
They have wishing
think
wells.
the
That's what
throw
you could
coins
call them.
in like fountains and
Fountains, yeah.
ponds and stuff like, not just wells either.
Mhm. And
Yes,
then-
the water.
It became more like a tradition, actually.
yeah.
It's something people did.
I did it as a kid for sure. It was like every time we go to the mall, they had a wishing fountain, and we throw a penny, a quarter.
But I don't understand what that's got to do with his
Like-
original argument,
Am I-
though.
No.
God creates the water or not?
Nothing.
It doesn't follow suit.
Doesn't.
We know that God is in us and all around us. Isn't water in us and all around us? The answer, of course, is yes. Okay. You've heard as above, so below.
Wow. As above, so below. Come on.
We
That's-
all know it.
Biblical.
We are natural beings, are we not? Based in
Mhm.
nature.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So God uses water because think about it, the Earth is 70% water. Space is just water, actually.
Yeah.
So we are all just water. Everything has water.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
So water is a creation like everything else, not a god.
I haven't heard from Brenda in a while in private chat.
Good.
No, he's
So
in.
I think I shut him up.
Fantastic.
He's in Sean Hawkins saying, "Oh, I'm done now."
Run off as soon as we started talking about Jesus, yeah?
Mm.
Rebuked.
Aye. I mean,
Yes.
if water was a god, do you think water would be able to drown you? You know what I mean? And would it drown you, should I say? If it was a god, would it drown you? I don't
But
know.
I want to know, as above is below. Can anybody give me the actual scripture for that?
No, I mean, I think what the
no.
base on is what is loosed in heaven is
Yeah,
loosed in earth,
I
what is
could.
bound in heaven, what is bound in earth. Is that not what it comes
Lord's
from?
Prayer, maybe.
Maybe. As it is in heaven. Yeah, yeah. Because it's not script. I mean, I would say it's
Thy will be
things
done.
like that.
Yeah, I
Thy
got
will
you.
be done on earth as it is in heaven. Maybe
Yeah.
we could stretch that to it, I'd say.
Yeah, but it's
Maybe.
not exactly as
No.
they put it, as above
No.
below. Because if I read about as above below, it was actually coined by Helena P. Blavatsky.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, it's Masonic.
Yeah,
He
it's
adopted
a-
it in the Talmud
It's
too.
a Kabbalah. It's Kabbalist.
I asked Brenda what are you referencing, horizontal when you're looking for a perpendicular? I didn't get an answer back.
Don't even get to that now, Roger. We're not even want.
That is funny. I thought I never got an answer.
Yeah,
So.
not found in the Bible at all. Actually,
Oh,
Nice.
Andrew Johnson in my backup channel. The Earth isn't 70% water. 70% of the surface is water.
No shit.
In semantics. Okay, shame.
oh my goodness.
Next thing you know, we're going to the molten iron core, guys. Hold on. Hold your breath.
Yeah, I get magnetized to the molten iron core. You know that. I was taught that in school.
Okay.
Right? Well, we know that there's waters above. We know that there's primary waters below. How about that? As above, so below.
Wait, but you don't believe in the Bible. Why are you preaching this? I don't get it.
We can manipulate water. We can do things with water.
But I
We
don't-
don't do that. We can't. That's like saying you can manipulate God. You know?
Yeah, but I don't get it though. He doesn't believe the Bible, but he's trying to preach the Bible cosmology.
Yes, exactly.
He did say, I don't want to know about the Bible and what God said and you guys' responses to it. He did say that, did he not? And now all he's
He
doing
did.
is talking about the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't get it.
We know that God separated the water from the waters. And
There he goes again.
people have kind of always wondered, what does that mean? Is there water up above it? Well, yeah, there's water everywhere. And look, what do we have? He separated the waters from the waters. So we know that God is above us and below us.
No.
God separated the waters from
God
the
is not above us and below us. God is omnipresent.
Exactly.
That means it's everywhere.
But if God separated the waters from the waters, God separated the waters from the waters, not the water separated itself from itself. Yeah?
Vicky's too fast.
Did you get rid of him?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah.
I was just on my way over there to do it, and she'd already done it.
Who?
Vicky.
Oh, what? Done what? Oh, she gone over to.
Hi, Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. What's she like? She's already done it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, she's
Yeah. God is omnipresent, so he's everywhere. He's not above or below us. He's everywhere, but he resides in a place called heaven, on the vault of heaven.
It's a wonderful place, I hear.
But how I'm not agreeing with what he's saying, the way he's making it sound, is that God is water.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. But then he's saying God separated the
heresy.
waters from the waters.
And that's heresy. That's blasphemy.
Yeah.
He's making God as a natural
Substance.
Yeah.
That's like saying I'm my Play-Doh when I'm making a sculpture or something, dude. I'm the clay, and I'm me. I'm separate from it.
So God's made out of hydrogen and 2 parts oxygen.
Damn, I didn't know.
Oh well.
If you're Peter, you'll ask a question: are they
what?
actually 2 parts oxygen and 2 parts hydrogen, or whatever carbon? Those molecules.
Is it 2 parts oxygen or 2 parts hydrogen? Each.
think-
It's 2 parts oxygen.
2 part
To
oxygen.
hydrogen.
Yeah, that's it.
Hydrogen.
Okay.
Okay. How about Jesus walked on water?
It's all wet to me.
Strange. Okay. So water's got some, definitely it's all over. It's spiritual. It's appears.
Oh my word.
How's what spiritual though?
He's trying to say it's just a symbolic thing that Christ walked on water because it's water, you know.
If you pray to water, does
Awesome.
it answer back?
But do you know why Jesus walked on water? Because they were on a boat in the damn
Yeah,
ocean.
but like if you look at what else he did, then it stopped winds, didn't it? Stopped storms.
Yeah.
So is he also a wind?
It wasn't.
Well, he's
about
everything.
Yeah, but it wasn't about him walking on the water. It was about him showing his authority over nature. That was what it was about. Remember, he wasn't with him on the boat. It was they saw him walking there, and God even ordered Peter to climb out the boat, and Peter walked on the water.
There was a lesson for Peter, right?
It's
That's
Peter
basically
God.
what I got out of
It was Peter God now.
it. Nope.
Well, the way some people think.
Hey, so do you guys actually believe in the narrative though that like Jesus walked on water?
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
And when you say 100%, like what would give you that 100%? Like what part of proof?
The Bible tells me so, and I believe the Bible.
Right.
So I 100% believe the Bible because I have the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit tells me that what the Bible says is true.
Gotcha.
But if,
Okay.
if like they're like personal reasons, like people have personal experiences with God, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So that leads. That's what happened with me. So I 100% believe because of that. But also, if you're willing to have a look, like there's archaeological evidence at Bible, there's Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's peppered with balls of sulfur, just like it says in Bible. So if God rained down fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, and we can find this in reality, then what's to say Jesus didn't walk on water as well? Like,
Absolutely.
Well, how about
Well,
the melted sand by the Dead Sea crossing
yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
Moses crossed?
That's
It's
right.
melted from the pillars of fire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are supernatural archaeological facts that we can't explain naturally.
Yeah. Or Mount Sinai where Moses met God on
Burnt as
top, and
well.
it's the only mountain. It's surrounded by similar mountains, but it's only one with like a burnt top.
Hmm.
That's right.
Kind of strange. But the thing is that we can't give you an archaeological proof for Jesus walking on water. That's impossible. There's
No,
no,
of course
they
not.
didn't leave a trace
But
of.
that's why you have faith.
Faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
faith
so-
is the evidence of things unseen.
Yeah,
But
I'm just
it-
saying it for him. Like
Yeah,
he's
but
going to
like-
ask, what else?
Each person you ask are going to give their own reasons why they 100% believe, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure like it's a common thing among Christians that we do 100% believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel you, and I feel like that's where people like Jaron and just people that don't entirely believe the Bible. That's kind of what they would say is that because if you ask 100 Christians, they're going to get 100 different answers.
Hmm.
And I kind of think that goes to more of the, I don't know, towards the skepticism of believing the story and believing the Bible.
The question you have to ask is, what does it matter to Jeremy whether people believe in it or not? You know, why is he having to go on attack all the time?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just speaking about in context of the whole conversation. Like, it doesn't matter about Jaron. It's just about, people in general that's skeptics of the Bible. And like just how the guy said, because Solomon and Gomorrah, from my understanding, that's where, I don't know if it was Jesus or God, but they basically put fire to a lot of gay people. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It wasn't just gay. It was just
Yeah.
basically just the mentality and the filth involved in it. It was tearing up.
There was a lot of sexual immorality going on there. There was just they would have been everything. They slept with each other, male and female
Animals.
slept with each other,
Yeah.
and they wanted to sleep with these angels that turned up as well.
I got
Whole
you.
nine
And
yards.
I mean, I got you. My entire thing with that would be, I mean, if you're Jesus and you have the ability to change people's hearts, change their minds, why do something as nefarious, it's so savage as putting fire to people? That's weird to me. That's not
Well, it
something to be
wasn't-
praised about.
It wasn't going to stop, dude. That's why he had to nip it. He had to stop it. They weren't.
But there's like a million ways he could have nipped it, and to say that I'm just gonna set everybody on fire is like, that's like fatality type shit. That's like weird. I don't know. That's not something that I would feel is something that could get praised about.
Well, we weren't praising the idea. The thing is, like, how else were you going to stop an entire civilization that was that corrupt, that was going to start basically killing off nature? Basically, that's what you're boiling it down to, and it would affect every other part of God's earth.
And let's not be clear.
I mean,
What else?
Free will.
And if you're asking the question, I would say that the same way that he literally told Noah, "Hey, there's about to be a flood. Get ready." The same way that he came to a couple of people and actually showed himself, showed his
Yeah,
powers.
Noah was
People that
righteous in God's eyes. Noah has a difference.
well-
Noah was righteous in God's eyes. These people weren't. These people
And
weren't.
Lot, they took Lot and his family out too. You got to think about that. He brought the angels in there to rescue them. He got the people out that were righteous in the story. Dude.
He already
Same
warned
idea.
them. He warned them. He warned them, turn away from this. You know what I mean? Or this is going to happen, and it happened. You know.
Well, the main thing, like though, you've got to understand, right? If you're going to believe in God and He created this place, like he can do whatever He wants, and like you are judging God by saying He's doing all these bad things. God's just, and there's no hate in Him, and He's all love. So whatever seems bad to us, obviously ain't bad in His eyes. You know, we're judging from our mortal, created bodies. You know what I mean?
And what you were saying about you could have done it in a different way,
There's
like
obviously
change their minds and stuff. That would have been going against free will. If Jesus was to change their minds and just give them fresh minds, that's going against free will.
But there's obviously a reason behind it that's good that we can't comprehend.
Super, but wouldn't you imagine that supernaturally setting somebody on?
Well, how about a flood? That's really just as bad. A flood is a supernatural way of drowning people.
Yeah.
Water, fire. What other elements is he going to work with? What are you going to throw rocks at them? You know,
I mean,
poison the whole town with you know.
Whether it's fire, water, it's not going to be nice, is it? But the world was corrupt. I mean, the bloodline was corrupt. Hence the flood. I don't think he's got much of a signal. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Again, like, but if you're listening, dude? I'd read about it in Bible and then come to an understanding rather than just hear what people say about it. You know.
At least he's questioning. He seems like a decent dude.
Yeah.
So I really thought he was. Oh, he's back. I really thought he was Pro Sanchez for a minute.
Hey, sorry, guys, I got a call. My apologies. My apologies, man. I got a call. But what was the last thing that you said there?
Well, I was just going to say to you, have you actually read the parts of Genesis where it talks about Sodom and Gomorrah?
I can recall reading it. If I can tell you, word for word, or give you a very in-depth detail, no.
But usually there's an understanding though as to why these things are being done. It's not like just this big crazy vengeful God just wiping people out willy-nilly. There's usually a reason for it. Like the biggest reason things are done in Bible is because it's working towards Jesus Christ coming.
Yeah.
And things are done to keep.
And I guess
that.
I would, and just like the guy said that, well, if he would have, gave everybody a better heart, or put something on their heart to stop the bad ways, that would be going against, free will. Well, yeah. Wouldn't you imagine? I got you. Wouldn't you imagine that supernaturally setting someone on fire is going against their free will as well? They wouldn't want that in their will. I mean, that's not free will.
Well, no, but people get run over. People get run over by cars. You know,
yeah.
Is that in your will to get run over by a car? Like,
that was
if
God's
God,
will to do that.
But God wasn't driving the car though. God specifically set these people on fire. That's a huge difference.
Well, I think the angel. Sodom and Gomorrah.
We're talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, yeah.
Okay, but they knew they were wrong.
Yeah.
They were doing abominations.
Right. So let me ask.
And they were warned about it.
I would just imagine like the worst thing you've possibly ever done in your entire life. You know what I mean? At that moment in time, just like I would imagine every Christian would say, at that moment in time, you were destined for death. You were, and if you were just set on fire right then or struck supernaturally, I don't know. To me, that's just, I can't see how that guy is.
Well, let's just put it this way.
Umpteen chances to change.
Let's just put it this way. It's like saying, you're a child and you walk up to a light socket and you're saying, don't stick your wet fingers in that light socket. Okay? There are consequences for doing what you're doing. You were warned, but you go and do it anyway. Eventually, one day, what happens? You get electrocuted and you die. Were you warned? Yes. There are consequences for the things done. Sodom and Gomorrah had consequences. They were warned. It was their own choice. They couldn't turn back, but they didn't. They chose not to. They were doing the abominations which God had warned them from. So God wiped them out.
It wasn't just like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would literally love to see God wipe out the bad in the world and the top guys that are the worst in the world that has nothing good for the world. But we all know that's not the way it happened. That's not the way the world works. That the worst guys get, fire put to their ass. Some of these guys live, go on to live the the life that we would love to live. And our
Yeah,
grandmothers and mothers and entire family has,
yeah, but
worshiped this guy forever and never seen the benefits of it.
yeah, but what you don't realize is that like what happens in this world's not the end.
Yeah.
The ones you're talking about, these elites and the ones that are doing all bad. If they're alive when Jesus returns, they'll feel his wrath, and the ones who are dead will be judged just
Yeah.
same as everybody else. There's no escaping God.
No.
As
The thing
bad
is, the
you've done
ones that
in your
have
life.
died are going to be risen from the dead.
Even
And when
Judged
was
with
even as
Jesus'
resurrection.
last?
even
When
as
was Jesus'
Christians
last
who believe
return?
in God, even as Christians who believe in God, we'll still be judged for the things we've done in our life, and we'll have to show account for that.
Absolutely.
But because we believe in
I
Jesus,
mean,
we've got Jesus.
we can say that according to a book, but we can't say that according to fact, that anyone knows what happens in the next life, that when your eyes close for the last time, no one can tell
The
another
Bible
grown man
tells
what
us.
happens.
Well, the
I
Bible
got
tells
you.
you, and it's whether you believe it or not. But you find
I
out Earth's
understand.
created, right? I mean, that's a big one. Once you find out Earth's created, lend some credence to the Bible, and then, like I'm telling you, all these archaeological things you can find that back up Bible. At what point do you start not to realize it's not just a fairy tale made up?
Exactly. Prophecy that's been revealed and prophecy fulfilled. Prophecy
Right.
that's been revealed and hasn't and is being fulfilled at the moment, and there's still prophecies to come.
Like the
Like
finding.
I got you. Like I have no problem with there being a creator, because obviously I was created, my mother was everything was created. So I have no issues with a creator. I have issues with an all good creator, a person that, is all loving and all that. Like that's just not the God that to this world that we see on a daily basis. No possible way. No possible way. That's just not what we view on a daily basis in this world. It's greedy, it's ugly, it's very selfish. We know how ugly this
Fallen.
world is. And
Yes,
it's
but we
like
did that, not God. We did that. We did that, not God.
to to say that we
He gives
did
us
that
free will.
while God,
We're destroying ourselves, not him doing it.
we couldn't do anything that God didn't want us to do.
God allows things
He
to happen.
allows.
You
He
know,
doesn't want you to do it.
right? Satan not only deceives mankind, but it deceives angels as well. Yeah, we're told a third of angels fall with him. So he deceived a third of angels into thinking he were the right one. What everything he was saying about God were true. Do you know what I mean? How does God show everybody that Satan's the bad one if he don't allow some of these things to happen so
Yeah.
people can see?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like in the Bible, I guess you could say that, even the first people were tempted by the devil. And it's like, okay, well, who created the devil? And who put that on the devil's heart to be the way that the devil was? And to
Free
say
will.
that to
The
say
devil
that the
brought us
create
out or not.
to say to
All
say that the
angels were
creator
given
to
free will,
say that
same
the
as us.
creator I got you, to say that the creator had nothing to do with that is just beyond me.
No.
That's just beyond me.
Why says the Satan? Sorry, God created Satan. It's God created Lucifer. Lucifer then created Satan. He created himself. It was his pride that took him out of heaven. It's his pride that made him from Lucifer into Satan. God didn't
Well,
put it on his heart
he
to
couldn't
be
create his
prideful. He got
if
free
you
will and became prideful,
No,
jealous.
if you remember in the Bible, I believe that it said, and you guys can correct me because I'm sure you know the Bible better than I do, but the devil couldn't do anything that God didn't allow him to do. He literally came up to heaven to get permission to, fuck with Job or John or whoever he
Yes.
fucked with. But it's like he had to get
Yeah, he
permission from
tasted.
God to
He
do that.
Yeah, he tasted Job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
so
just want to say
if
thank you, Rod. I just want to say thank
and
you, Rod.
there's
James, for the super chat. He says, for our biggest fan trick are chicks. Thank you for that. With a
like
yeah,
there would be
thank you very
nothing
much.
to be praised about to say that a devil could come ask your God who loves you to, hey, I want to kill his kids, kill all his wife. I want to do all these things to break this man. Please let me do this, God. And God said, okay, let's see. Like that's
No,
crazy to me.
He
no,
said you couldn't kill him. He said you can do what you want, but you're not allowed to kill him. He said that you cannot
He
kill him,
killed his family. He killed
but
his
you're not
wife.
allowed to kill him.
yeah, but do you
Do
know
you know what
that?
that'll do to
But
a man that
wait.
loves
I
his
think you're
family?
missing the point here, though.
You
You know
kill
that
the
this.
man when you kill the
Wait.
family.
Do you? This is what I asked the other night for them. Do you think it's wrong to die?
It's inevitable.
No, but do you think it's wrong?
I'm sorry, I
Do
don't
you,
know if
do you
you
think
heard
it's
me.
bad to die? In other words, it's bad to die.
It depends how you died and if your death went in vain or not. I mean, if you jumped off a bridge, if you killed yourself and you left your whole family in agony wondering why this guy just killed himself, yes,
But you
that's a
see,
bad death.
no, according to the Bible, this is just temporary. This isn't the true us. We're just temporary. So his family that got killed by the devil went to a better place.
Hypothetically, allegedly, I get it. But the thing
No, not
is,
happening. No,
the
you
pain
can't
that man
choose
felt.
one part of the Bible to accept, and you
Okay.
don't just choose the other part.
The pain that man felt, you're right, and he still didn't go
How,
against
how
God.
do we how do we get
Still
to
didn't
judge
go against
God on that though when God literally became flesh and died
For us.
for us, right? How do we get to pin that on God? Like, how do we say, oh well, he's died and he's left his family and it's really, really bad and all that? Well, Jesus died for everybody and nobody
Well,
gives a shit. You know,
I got
they're
you.
happy to judge him, like, you know.
I got you. The point of that would be to say that if everything done terribly by the devil by in vain is permissed by God, literally, I don't see how that's worthy
No,
of being praised.
no. The thing is, he gives free will. If he didn't permit it, if he didn't allow it to happen, remember, he's not saying you can go to, he's just allowing it because everybody has a free will. You get tempted like everybody gets tempted. If we weren't able to be tempted, we wouldn't have free will.
Mm,
Then God could have just created us as robots.
exactly. And if
If
you
we
Right,
are
exactly. That's my point. Is that he could have started us in heaven with him, but he
he
chose to put
did.
us in. But he chose to put us in the place that he
We
gave
were heavenly
dominion.
beings. Wait. He
But he
created
chose.
no. He
Hold on,
created Earth. Wait.
1 second.
He
Hold on 1
created
second.
Earth. Wait, man. He created Earth for us humans, but we
No, he
were
created that for the
immortal
devil.
beings.
He gave. He
No,
gave. Did he not give the devil
no.
dominion over the earth?
He didn't create it for the devil.
No.
He created it for us to have inhabited. The devil, because of his fall, came down to the earth.
Where the humans were.
He didn't
Right. So
create
I
it
mean,
for
he
the
literally.
devil.
So he literally gave the home to the devil as the same place he gave humans.
No.
Oh.
You just said that the place that
He
humans were
wait.
given,
He
he
cast
sent
Satan
the devil
down
there.
from heaven. Remember, God has a very specific character. Everything about is good. He cannot be in the same place as evil. When Lucifer decided to be as equal as God, he became prideful. That's a sinful nature. So God struck him away from God's presence, which would be on earth.
And to the children, right? To the children of earth.
He didn't create it for the devil.
So let me ask you this: before the devil came to earth, was there sin happening on earth?
No.
No.
Okay, so once he cast out the devil to the place where all of his children were, that's when the bad started. The place that he sent the devil to, correct?
No, the bad started when Eve decided to disobey God.
And
Notice,
Eve
she didn't.
decided.
Wait. He didn't. You don't know. Even Adam didn't need.
Eve didn't decide she was beguiled.
Yeah. He did. They didn't need. They didn't need a serpent to help her because the choice was already there.
But the serpent, if correct me if I'm wrong, the serpent was the devil, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
But
so the
you
devil
didn't need the
was
serpent. Wait. You're
the
going
devil
on as
was
if
in
the
the
devil.
Garden of
You're
Eden.
going on as if Eve wouldn't have done it if the devil wasn't there.
That's not the story. The story is that she did it after the devil tempted her.
Yeah, because he's
So
the
so for
accuser.
you to so for you to give an
That's what the
assumption
devil
of
is. He's the accuser. It's his whole
The,
MO.
the devil also tried to tempt Jesus when he was on earth.
Yeah.
so who let the devil in the Garden of Eden?
He came to the garden himself. He was cast down to earth. He went into the garden himself.
So God knew that he was in the Garden of Eden, right? As a serpent.
Yes.
Awesome. And he knew that he was going to tempt Eve, and he knew that Eve was going to be tempted and do what she did, and the fall of man was going to happen right after that.
God is all knowing. He's omniscient. He's all powerful. The issue is not he allowed. He said they can do it. He didn't create it to happen. He gives everybody free will. You can't have good without evil. You can't have cold without hot. You understand? You can't have light without darkness.
Okay,
Otherwise,
is
it will
there
be
is there
empty.
evil in heaven?
No.
If there's no evil in heaven, then you can have good
That's
without
why the
evil. That's
devil was
heaven.
cast out of heaven, because they can't have evil in heaven.
Dude, okay, you just kind of, and I'm sorry, man, but you just kind of contradicted yourself. You said there can't be
How?
good with, you said there can't be good without evil, but heaven is a place where there is all good. God is a place where there is all good. There's no evil in God. There's no evil in heaven.
Yeah, that's why he was cast out of heaven, because he
Why?
can't have evil residing with good.
Can I just ask?
What? Hold on. Hey, no. Let me finish with him. So when he was cast out, was it because he did something evil, or that he was just good in heaven?
He was
Because he was
cast.
evil.
He was cast into the earth, not on the earth. He was cast into it.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. When he was cast into earth, and he was cast out of heaven, was it because he was doing evil in heaven?
Yes, he
So
was
there
the
was
original
evil
sin.
in heaven.
No, he tried to
Wow.
elevate himself. He had the original sin, so God punished him for his sin, just like Adam and Eve are punished for their sin. We all get punished for. There's a consequence for sin. The
God, you look
consequence
at
for
sin.
Lucifer's sin was banishment from God's presence in heaven.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Remember,
Can I just
yeah.
ask you that? What's your reasoning behind all this questioning? Like, does it make you feel better if you try and find loopholes in what we believe? Like, what's your point?
I mean, that's kind of the reason why I stopped going towards the Bible and towards Jesus, is because of all the loopholes and the contradictions and the, oh no, but he's all good, although the world is all
Well,
bad.
I
You
mean,
know,
I personally think
let me
if you
get a full
think,
thought out. Please let me get a full thought out.
um,
And it's like, there was a Garden of Eden where it was just all good, yet he let the serpent inside of the Garden of Eden, you know, to tempt them. And
No,
it's
he
like,
went. The serpent
but
went there in his own will.
but
He
the
was cast
reason,
into the earth, not on the earth, into it. The serpent went there in his own will, beguiled Eve, and then Adam was deceived.
Remember,
but if God, hold on, if the gentleman just said that God is all knowing, he's omnipotent, you know, that basically he knows what's going to happen before it happened, and he created the devil. He knew what the devil would do in this entire time, yet he
he had
still
Yes.
free
chose to
will.
create him. So it's
because
like he
because
saw
he
the
allows
entire
free
story
will.
before it happened, and we're just living out the bad parts of it, you know, the bullshit of it.
Because it allows free will. You have to understand, right? You either have free will and you're welcome to do what you want, worship God if you want or not, or you're an automaton and you're forced to worship God. Which would you
Exactly.
rather have?
I'd rather not be the puppet.
But
Right? But because
there's
he allows free will, right? He has to have a set out purpose to put that into correction. And that's what we see happening all the way through the Bible, from what happened in Eden to Christ dying on cross, and what we're going to see coming in the future is all one plan to put it all back in order. It's the only way it can be done
And we know it's a
because of
fallen
free
world.
will.
We know it's a fallen world with loads of crap going on, but like Michael said, it's free. It's free will.
If you can't grasp,
If God intervened in every single little thing,
yeah.
how would we know evil from good?
if you
How would we
can't,
know bad from good? How would we know hate
right. So
from
it
love?
was God's plan to introduce evil.
no,
It
No,
was his
no,
plan.
no.
no.
It had to be.
God's
His
plan was
plan
to be
for
all
us was
creatures
not
free
bad.
will.
Because he knows the beginning from the end, it doesn't mean to say it was his plan. Listen, you're trying to think with a natural mind.
Yeah, you are.
With
You're
someone
like,
it's supernatural.
you need to grasp this not
I
like with
guess
your
you got,
earthly
and I'm sorry, I
mind.
don't mean to be an asshole, but I guess you guys can think in a supernatural's mind.
No.
Okay, then. So don't tell me, you know,
Well,
what type of mind
no,
I'm
Because
thinking.
that's what you're trying to do. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not
We
saying I
all are.
understand
We all
supernatural
are.
mind. I understand with the same mind as you understand. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
I'm just trying to say you're trying to understand with a natural mind. That's all.
We all
I
are.
never said I had a supernatural
but
mind.
believers do think spiritually, though.
We think
You know,
spiritually. We don't have a
we read what
supernatural
it says
mind.
in the Bible. We pray on it. We're led by Holy Spirit. Things are revealed to us to understand. You know, but if you can't grasp free will, which you clearly can't, because you keep saying it's God's fault, and it's not. Because God allows free will. You need to understand that in your mind. If you can't grasp what free will is all about, you're going to be in this perpetual loop of arguing that it's God who's a bad person, and that's not the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey,
Listen,
I
so
understand what
Rogers,
I understand what free will is. Free will is the ability for you to make your own will and do what thou wilt. I understand what free will is. However, if you're saying that your free will comes with a cost, then it's not truly free will because your
Yeah, it
will would
is.
not be
no,
your will. Let me
Yeah,
explain.
yeah,
If I
yeah.
could get a full thought
everything.
out, if I
Is
could
there
get a full thought
anyone
out,
preventing you from putting your hand on a hot burner of a stove right now? You're free to do that, aren't you? There's
that is
no
correct.
one stopping you. There's no rule, right? However, you're free to do that, but if you
But your
do,
consequence.
you will suffer consequences for it.
yeah,
It's as
Awesome.
simple as that. You
It's
know
not
you're
that
going to do
simple.
it. Yeah, it is. Roger Johnson said, thank you for your $5 super chat. He says, love you guys. The last super chat was for Sean's audience and sorry for the language. Thank you very much, Roger. You rock. Appreciate it. I thought it might be for Sean and them. You rock,
It's
man.
like if you
Sorry,
guys
go
were
on.
to see all of the gays in this world, just overnight get obliterated by fire, and you knew it was your God that did that. I don't see how you could say, "Yep, that's my all good God. That's my guy." Like
No,
I don't
that's
see
not
how.
how it works,
That's
bro.
so
That's
not.
not
That's so
That's,
not worthy of
that's
putting
that's
no,
not
into
how it
that's not
works.
how
perspective.
it works. That's not how it works.
That's
You got
what
to
he
stop
did with
thinking on a
Sodom and
physical.
Gomorrah.
You're thinking on
That's
a
what he
physical
did.
plane. You're thinking
So,
on a physical plane.
But
Okay?
that's what
look, the thing
we
is,
all
wait,
agreed.
wait,
That's
wait,
what he
wait.
did on the Sodom and Gomorrah. We all
You
agreed
know
that's
what
what he
they did in
did.
Sodom and Gomorrah?
it was
Do you know what they
abominable what
did?
they did.
They were
You do
full
know.
of sin. They were
Well,
full of sin.
do you know the sick stuff they did?
Bestiality, which happens today. You can go to any porn site and look at it.
That's nothing
Um,
compared to some of the stuff
That
they did.
doesn't exempt. That doesn't make it okay.
I
When
never said it
you
made.
know,
I
I
never
mean, it
said it
doesn't.
made it
It's still
okay.
that's the point. We've turned into it. Did you see the video of these people at these pride parades and shit? With the reprehensible, gross things that they were doing. There were literally men sitting, kneeling down in wading pools while other men in ass chaps and other kinky leather gear were urinating on them
I don't
as
agree with you.
children were walking by. Okay. So
I
this is
get
the
it, but
whole
God did.
point.
But
And it's
what did
not,
God do to
listen,
intervene?
it's not the physical punishment. It's the ultimate condition of the soul once it leaves this little fucking avatar meat suit we're in.
Okay, was Sodom and Gomorrah what a physical punishment or not?
Both.
Yes, they were warned.
Okay, so the guys that are doing as you said, the same or even worse things of today, they're not getting punished like that. So the God isn't
Yeah.
consistent.
God made a promise.
God
He's
made a
not
Yeah.
promise
consistent.
God made a promise.
after the flood.
How do you know it hasn't happened? Do you see the terrible things that are happening, the emotional and spiritual wreck that these people are in?
We're not.
Look at
I'm saying
them.
that we're not
They're
seeing
crazy.
equally.
They've gone
I
to a point where they're out there in public humiliating themselves and calling it pride.
I
You
agree
see,
with you. All I'm saying is that the good God of the Bible is not intervening
He's a
at
just
all.
God. Do you know what just means? He's a just God. This is one
it's-
issue I do have with atheists and stuff. They always play victim.
I'm not
You
an atheist.
sin.
Well,
Everything.
I guess you can
Yeah,
call me
but
that. I don't know.
no, but I'm not saying you. I'm saying atheists in general and everybody that tries to have a problem with the Bible. You guys take sin and you think there's no consequences for your sin.
Yeah.
So you
And
want to blame God, the just God, that goes and keeps you at your consequences. Just like if you murder someone, you go to court. Okay? Sorry, Your Honor, I didn't mean to murder him. Sorry, you have consequences. You murdered the person. Is that a just judge? Yes. God is a just
Right, but
judge.
not
He
all.
warned
Well,
the
I
people in
get you.
Sodom and Gomorrah, do not do these abominable things. Many times. They did not heed his word. Who are you? We can do what you want. They were warned.
mm,
That is consequences of their sins.
and another thing.
God is a just God. He warned them and
Mm,
they disobeyed him, so he did what he said he would do. Just Noah's days as well, when he flooded the earth, he said he would do this.
It's
They
like
were
for me
warned.
personally, I got you. For me personally, I think I can almost go on a whim, and I'll bet my entire life on it, and say that in 2024, I can damn near bet that this world that we're living in is way worse than the Sodom and Gomorrah world.
No
One
way.
Oh,
one
oh,
You
oh,
know
yeah,
why?
hundred
he's
Wait,
right.
wait,
He's
wait, wait,
right.
wait.
one
And
hundred
listen,
100%.
that's why they're
100%.
panicking. That's why they're panicking, dude. That's why they're panicking and just throwing all caution to the wind right now. They know their time is short. They know the time is short. And God is striking a blow merely by me coming on here or Flatzoid or whoever else coming out here and speaking truths against these bizarre, blasphemous, hideous acts that are taking place. More people are hearing that. And through that, God works through people, man. A lot of
And I
times
feel
he
like
works right
Okay.
through people.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the word of the god Molech before?
I have.
Uh, uh,
No, I'm asking. What's that? Pseudo. Have you heard of the word for of the god Molech as a pagan god? That was one of the gods that the people in Sodom and Gomorrah worshipped. Do you know how they presented offerings to the god Molech? Okay, he dropped. I'm gonna wait. No, probably come back. But anyway, it's very
They
simple in case he
sacrifice
doesn't
the
come back.
children.
They,
but
yeah. Okay,
an-
here is. I'm
another
gonna ask
point is
again.
like he keeps going on about love. If God loved loved everybody, love. Everybody just keeps thinking love is this chemical feeling of like, oh, I really like you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Love is a choice. I choose to love you. I choose to love you. I choose to love this person, even if I don't like them. I love them. Love's
yeah,
not a
yeah,
feeling; it's a choice.
yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna ask again. Do you know who the god Molech was? Do you know? I
was that
think
was
he's
that the
having
bull or
issues.
whatever?
Yeah,
Can you hear
Molech.
me
But
now?
do you know how they had offerings for the god Molech?
They like burned them inside of a bull or something like that, or brass or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. No, what happened is they
Oh,
had the Molech an
Brass
iron
hands.
statue, and with brass ends, and they would heat it up to fiery hot, and they would take their newborn babies and stick them on the hands of Molech that they would burn to a crisp.
yeah.
These were the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay.
I got you. And from my understanding, in today's world, they're doing even worse.
Okay.
Well, they
Show me
are.
people.
In fact, what I'm starting to find is that this has been permeating into the government all around the world, governments all around the world, if not having been there already. But
Yep.
this worship to this pagan god, okay,
Yep.
and a lot of them today are basically practicing versions of Crowleyism, where this "doest thou wilt" be the whole of the law. Yeah, well, that's kind of misleading because it doesn't mean there won't be consequences for the actions sooner or later. Okay,
Yeah.
and we find that this is permeating through Hollywood, Washington, D.C. Most of our politicians are perverted, Satan worshiping, blood drinking perverts, weirdos, man.
I agree,
And
and we
that's
see
the
them
point.
being
You know what?
elevated every day. We don't
And
see
that's the
them getting
point.
punished.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the point we're making now. Sodom and Gomorrah, God warned them, they got punished for it. God warned about what's happening now, just in the
Mhm.
days of Noah. God is going to return soon, and everybody will be judged.
I
So it
This is
got you,
what
was
and
in
that's
the
what
days of Noah, it will
what's
be in the
happening.
coming
Yeah,
of the Son of Man.
yeah. What's
I
happening
got
now
you,
is
dude.
not going to happen forever. God is going to return very
Mm.
soon, and when He does, judgment will take place.
Well, think
He's
about
at
this.
work
There's
now.
probably a guy in Gomorrah doing his sodomy routine, laughing, going, "Ha ha ha! Well, I haven't seen God do anything yet." Ha 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 ha! Yet, yet's
Yeah.
a very small word with huge implications to it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I understand, but I think that we could all agree in in your lifetime, in my lifetime, in our parents' lifetime, in their parents' lifetime, and their as far as back as we can possibly go, no one has seen the return of only inside of a book.
Whoa,
However,
whoa, 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 whoa! There, people have seen Jesus return after his crucifixion, mate. There were
okay,
500 500. I'm trying now. What's the word? My head's gone blank now. People that witnesses, eyewitnesses,
Who's
500
witnessed it?
eyewitnesses. They even got
Everybody
they
in
even got
Jerusalem.
killed. People even got
500 people.
yes. They even
Everybody who were residing in Jerusalem after crucifixion witnessed Jesus because he went to Jerusalem after
and
he
they
rose again.
I thought that
and
when he
many of
came back,
them.
everybody would have to, all eyes would see and all
No,
ears,
no,
all
that's
need,
the
but
that's when
only
he
That's
comes
500.
again.
second
But you're
coming.
saying only
That's the
500?
second coming.
Well,
That's the second coming.
Jesus rose again, didn't go to heaven straight away. He walked earth for quite a while
What it is. What
And
it
this
in
is
his glorified body.
and this is exactly the problem with people thinking we're in short and short season, because they don't understand. Jesus went up to the clouds, as Acts 1 says. Okay, he hasn't come back down to the clouds for every eye to see him yet. When Jesus rose from the grave, the 500 saw him, and a lot of those 500 were killed for their testimony of saying they saw Jesus.
Wow. They told the truth and they were killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how any of these things are like worthy of praise.
Well, that's your choice, though, mate, isn't it? You know, you've sat here now for over half an hour quizzing us on everything, you know, and for what?
Only one of us seems triggered.
You know what I mean?
Only
If
one
you
of us
don't
here
want to
seems
believe,
triggered.
mate, don't believe, like, but to keep going on with it over and round in circles is getting a bit tiresome.
That's fine. We were all having a conversation. You
Yeah,
would
I
just
know,
come
like,
in
but
to say little excerpts like that, which is not a build for anybody. So hey, you may need to take a chill pill and go sit back. Just go read your Bible and everything will be okay.
Yo,
I don't need to take a chill pill, mate. All I'm saying is, what are you here to do?
Because
Hey,
I want to get
take
a
the
clear
information. Here's the way I
because
look
I
at it.
actually
You
Take
said
the
because I
information,
hold
none
on,
of
hold on.
it's
Let me
worth
answer. Let me
do
answer
worship.
what
his
you want
So
question.
with
why
it,
do you
Let
man.
me
need to
answer
know
his
all these
question.
things?
Let me answer his question because I want a actual true understanding of men of God that believe in the Bible to get a true understanding of what it is that you guys believe as far as God. Because I used to be that way. I have a freaking cross on my. I have tattoos of things. I know that's not supposed to be in the Bible. I know. I get it. But
like
I
I
that.
was
see
a
nothing wrong
Bible.
with a tattoo.
I
Like
was
that.
a Bible believer as well, but it was because of questions like this that I could never get real answers for that led me down the path of, hey man, I don't know if that, even if it is, if it's worthy of praise, because there's absolutely evil that's been dominating forever.
Well, then I'm sorry to be blunt. You didn't understand what the whole Bible and why Jesus came to die for us.
And to separate God from evil is just, to me, that's crazy. It's like he birthed it. He
No,
birthed evil.
No, he
no.
didn't birth
No
evil.
possible way this all good, just evil
There
just
is
came just
no.
because it came.
It's very
He
clear there
birthed it.
is no evil from
No.
God
So where did evil come from?
out of free will.
And who gave free will?
God gave free will. He didn't give evil. Evil's a choice you make out of yourself.
I got you. Hey, because I see the guy up there is getting triggered, I will yield the floor for that.
I'm not,
That wasn't even my
mate. I'm
No
not,
one's
intention.
getting
mate.
triggered, man.
Guy up here is not getting triggered at all, mate. All I'm saying is I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, guys. I'm
Just
going to
get an
quickly play a
Yeah,
understanding.
three.
but
I
you're
just want
not
to quickly.
accepting what we say anyway. So to me, it's fruitless. Like I don't understand.
Just saying he's not worthy to
Pseudo.
be praised with situations like that. What
Well,
about
Yeah.
the
here's
main equation?
Why don't
What
Guys.
why don't we
he
flip it
does?
and we'll quiz you for an hour on what you believe in that, like
Well,
instead.
well,
well,
guys.
it comes down to this real quick. It comes down to this. Look, you have the information. You've heard the rebuttals, then the answers to it. Take that information, do with it what you will. Okay?
Mhm.
I
It's
agree.
not up to me to make you believe a certain way. This is all something you have to come to. It's like flat earth. I can show you everything, but it's up to you to take that leap and look at it.
I
That's
agree.
what it is. So
I agree.
there you
But yeah,
go.
I'm going to play this quick video. It's 3 minutes long. It's from Sean, Kingdom Context. Shout out to you, man. Good to see you. He made this
It's saying,
video about
Sean,
violating the other nations. Just watch this and then, yeah, maybe you'll get something out of it. Yeah, the bathroom. Ole.
Ole.
Happy evening, bro. That's Ole. It's so in your face, eh?
Mhm. That whole city's a big Ouija board, man.
Yeah, in it, man.
The dark feeling you get when you go to DC, too.
Got that owl
No,
there.
everybody's just conspiracy theories. The air. Yeah, and I mean it's Planned Parenthood, like I said. Exactly, and I mean it's offerings to Molech. Great video, Sean, man. Definitely a good video. Thank you very
That was
much for
powerful. That was
Mhm.
powerful.
Okay, so that little owl, and I've been looking into this for a while. That's something different, man. That's Minerva. That little owl on the dollar, that's the symbol of Minerva. I can show you.
I've heard the name. I can't remember what.
Yeah, but it's a Greek word, isn't it, or a Spanish word?
Let me show you.
Ah, Minerva's got an owl with her. Yeah.
It's like that little owl on Jason and Argonauts or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Greek, right in there, isn't it?
And you go into it. So who is Minerva?
It's in the Minerva.
Hey, but can you hear me?
Athena, same as Greek Athena. It's
Yeah.
a Roman equivalent of the Greek goddess Athena.
Yeah,
Who was
this one.
born from the head of Jupiter. She is the patron of arts, trade, strategy, and justice, and is often depicted with an owl, a spear, and a shield.
That one's got the owl, spear, and shield. That one. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Flats.
Yeah.
Hey, one question, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Is it true that according to the Bible, God gave the devil dominion of the earth?
No, he just cast him down and he has taken dominion of the earth.
Okay, he's taken dominion of the earth. And just like that video, I can agree that that evil energy, that evil spirit, that evil person is dominating this world. And again, in my 31 years of living, my parents, my grandparents, going back to the slavery days before that, I mean, it's just all I've ever seen is being dominated by evil. So for me to say that there's this all loving, that's just very difficult, man. That's very
Yeah,
difficult.
but you see,
God gave
that's
humans dominion over the earth to begin with.
yeah. Remember, when Adam and Eve came and they sinned, okay, they had consequences, and this sin is why everything's happening right now. Because sin comes death, and Satan, the devil, is trying everything he can to get as much as us to go with him in the lake of fire. Remember, the Bible says the lake of fire was made for the devil,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm.
not for us.
See,
But
But we
because
haven't
Satan
seen the
is
lake
so
of
jealous,
fire.
mm,
because the devil he's so jealous of us, he wants to take us.
yeah.
God's creation. Remember, they're jealous of us
Mm,
because God created us for a. You
yeah.
can look at us as like the favorite child,
Yeah.
and he's jealous.
The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He stole dominion from us, basically.
Yeah. And then he's trying to take us with him for the place created for him, which would be the lake of fire.
I got you.
If,
And
if
like
God, yeah,
the
and
for
yeah, and the issue is because God's a just God. I mean, he has to let people make a choice, and he has to let you suffer the consequences for your choice. If he wasn't a just God, then there wouldn't be love. There wouldn't be anything. We would just be robots. You might as well just created a brainless robot that just does what you say is do it, because then there
I
wouldn't be
got
any
you.
love.
Like
That's what
I
everything
would
is.
even disagree with there being free will, right? Because I wasn't given the opportunity to go live with God. I wasn't given the opportunity to be in heaven. Like the opportunity I was given was a strict will, and there's not even much that I can do in this world freely. You know what I mean? I have to abide by the law of the land. There's certain I have to abide by my financial situation,
We
all of
all
that,
do.
right? So to say that we all have free will and it's just like there are some people that has grown up a million times worse than I have, right? So I can't blame that person for going into sin or for going into falling into the devil's trap.
Well,
Because even with me having two parents that love me, having a family even I have failed to sin, and
yeah.
so I just
Well,
can't blame the
That's
people
I
got
that are
think
sinning.
that's got nothing to do with sin, though, is it? Whether we've had a good upbringing or a bad upbringing, whether we had nice parents, bad parents, we all sin. Everyone sins.
But it
yeah.
would be much easier for somebody to sin that has been brought up around nothing but evil next
It's
to
still
somebody that's been brought up in heaven where there is no evil.
it's still a choice though. You still have a choice to do it. I mean, I don't know if you've seen what's that guy? He was brought up in Hamas. His dad was the founder of Hamas. He speaks against Hamas today. Okay,
Because of probably the things he's seen in there, the hypocrisies, the contradictions, because of the things he's seen.
no, but you understand that he was brought up in that propaganda of hate the Jews, hate the Christians, kill them all, blah blah blah. He was brought up in that. Did he
Right.
choose to stay with that, or did he choose to fight against that? It always
According to,
comes back to choice. That's what
I
I'm saying.
got
It
you.
just comes back to choice.
I
It's
got you.
yes, I would agree that people, if they get up in a very bad, messed up household, they have the tendency to rather follow the footsteps of what they learned from their parents. Like, say, the dad was a drug addict, he went to prison, and the mom went to prison, and then the child. That usually happened. That's what we call like generational curses.
Right.
But you still had a choice to do those things. It's not like you didn't have a choice.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. The amount of
I
choices.
think playing victim for something you had control over, like you didn't have to go and murder someone, you didn't have to go and rob a bank or something. That was still your choice to do.
I get it 100%. But I mean, we all agree that there's minds that have grown and that are fully functional minds and minds of a child that that's why even some children can't get tried as humans because we understand that their brain hasn't even developed to make some of the decisions we would expect as adults for some people to make. So and I say that to say this,
Well,
like
life isn't
just get
fair.
just give it and I guess that's what it boils down to, right? And it's like if it was fair, we could see who goes against the grain and all that. That would be more of a telling situation. But just like how you're a Christian, I would imagine that you're in a Christian dominated country or state or something like that. If you were born in, a Muslim dominated state, more than
Uh,
likely you'd be a Muslim. It's all
no.
about geography. It's about a lot of stuff. I'd imagine your parents
Well, what
brought
about
you
the
up in the
Christians? Wait, what about the Christians that die for their faith in Muslim countries every day?
I would imagine they're okay. This is what all I'm saying is that I would imagine your parents bringing you up a certain way. Like my parents brought me up Baptist, I was baptized and things like that. And so that's what I was planning to do with my children until about maybe 25, 26, to when I kind of started going against religion. not against, but I just separated myself. Like I give an analogy that literally when I had my turning point of my life is that I met with God, I met with the devil, and by the end of that conversation, we all agreed to go our separate ways. That's kind of my thing about it. We all agreed
Yeah,
to go
but
our separate
yeah,
ways
but
after
like
that.
I'm saying, we live in an unfortunately we live in an unfair world. Okay, but
Right. So it's not
you
free will.
but
You weren't given a free will.
no, it's still free will. Some
It's
people have just better opportunities than other people. That's just part of the unfortunate chaos we live in. Remember, this
right.
wasn't what God created us to live in. This is again a consequence of the sin. All this that we're living in now, all these bad things happening, is consequence of sin. Sin leads to death. It's not actually. I would
But
say
by
it's a
us
coward's
paying
way
for
out.
other
I would say it's a coward's way out to play victim and blame God because of all the evil happening. It's not God that made this evil. It's the people made the choice that made this evil.
I got you to say that
It's as
I'm
simple as
paying
that.
for others. I got you to say that
No,
we're
you only
paying
pay
for
for your own
others'
sin. You
sin.
only pay for your own sin, mate. You don't pay for other
That's
sin.
not true.
Jesus
That's
already
not
paid the
true.
price. Whoa. Jesus already paid the price for sin. That's why he came and died for us. It's up to you to choose to accept it or not. You don't pay for anybody's sin. You just get judged for your own transgressions. That's what
I
the Bible says.
totally agree that we definitely pay for others people's sins.
No,
No,
no.
what do you mean?
I got you.
No.
So, like the kid that was literally born, and again, I'm just giving extreme situations because I know that these extreme situations are real. Like the kid that was actually born in a jail cell, in a prison because their mom was in prison, and has never been able to see a loving family. That's always had the uncle that tried to molest her and drugs around her the entire time. Her life and her opportunity, her choices will be 100% different than a girl on the total opposite side of
Yeah,
the
but that's not
spectrum.
paying for sin.
All, although it is individual by individual, you are definitely paying for your parents'
No,
sins.
that's not sin.
No, that's just
That's not paying
unfair.
for sin.
That's just
That's
unfair. That's not sin. It's not to do with sin.
Dude, you're paying the price for that.
Do you know what sin is? Wait.
No.
It sounds to me you don't actually know what sin is. Do you know what sin is?
I guess can you please make sure I want to hear your definition of sin.
Anything that transgresses against God's goodness.
Something that's morally wrong.
Gotcha. And so, yes, again, I think that we pay for other sins.
No,
Absolutely.
no. That scenario you just said where the child's born in a prison, this happens, but this is a scenario based on the consequences of the parents and their
Sins.
choices, their sins. The
Right.
child is not the child's not paying for their sins. The consequence that the child is brought up in a situation is not sin paying.
No.
That's just them brought up in that situation based on consequence of their parents. This is why they say you have generational sins. This is why you usually see if a father has gone to jail for drug abuse, the child usually goes and does exactly the same because they have only that as their role model. That's what they followed. But that doesn't mean that they're paying for their sins. They are just following all that they know.
I got you. And I kind of put those two in somewhat of the same bucket. Maybe you don't and say, hey, just because you saw that all the time and you choose to go in it, that doesn't mean you're paying for their sins. But in my, reality, I know that that's similar to paying for their sin. That's all you're seeing. That's all you're around. You are, because of their sins, it has now transgressed to you. Like
Okay,
that's
who
just
do you
kind of how
pay
I see
sins
that.
to? Wait. Who do you pay for? Who do you pay to for your sins?
Who do you pay to for your sins? Yourself, the government,
Why would you
I
pay to yourself for sins?
Government.
The
because
government
when
has
I
nothing
say
to do with
when I
sins.
say yourself, because
Well,
it's your mind it's your mind that has to think about what sins you've created, your heart. That's why I say yourself. If you don't think about the sins that you've done, I don't know what type of person you are. That's why we feel bad about doing bad things because you're paying to me,
Yeah,
to yourself.
conviction. That's called
what is the
conviction.
payment of sin?
Death.
Death.
Death. So
That's
why
not
aren't we all
true
dead?
because I've sinned so many times and I'm not dead.
You will be.
You are. You
You
spiritually
will
dead.
be.
That's
You're
just a
spiritually
fact
dead.
of life.
Wait. You are dead. You're spiritually dead.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not
physically you will
spiritually
be dead.
dead.
Once upon a
I'm in
time,
good spirits. I'm smiling right now. I'm in good spirits.
before sin came about, we weren't meant to die, spiritually or physically.
But again, there's nothing you can do to prove to me that there was a point in time where we weren't dying. You can just
and
believe
me.
it.
No, because everybody's died. Because sin came into the world, people started to die, but people lived. Well, Methuselah lived to 969.
Yeah, but they
By
still died, though,
belief,
didn't they?
by
Still
belief
died.
of a book, not by any proof, just by belief and faith. The reality says that that's impossible to happen. We will never see a person living to 900 years old.
Not
We
now.
haven't
How do
seen
you,
that.
Not
wait.
now.
How do you know that people have not lived to 900, 1,000 years old?
Show them to me, please.
No. You claiming that it's impossible. So can you show us that it's
Yeah.
impossible?
Right. Like if I said right now I just snapped and fire came out of my hands, you can't prove that didn't happen, but you know it's common sense that didn't happen.
No, people lived longer.
Who do you know that lived to 900 years old?
Do you know people are dying quicker and quicker now?
Do you
Correct. Yes.
know?
Yes. It's going from like
It's called
yes.
entropy.
Yes.
It's called entropy.
I see it
Everything
happening.
is
You're right. I see that
degenerating much
happening.
quicker now.
Do you
I do see
believe
that
in?
happening. Yes.
Are you a flat earther, dude?
I'm a flat earther.
Right. So you don't believe in like millions of years and all that evolution and all that crap.
I don't.
Right. So you know what they call Neanderthal skeletons.
But that's the same thing that you guys are doing, is just saying, hey, because the
No, you
book
don't let
said
me
it,
finish
people
before you
live
even.
that long.
You,
There's nothing you can do to prove they live
Wait,
that long.
He's
no,
asking
you
us
don't let me finish. You don't even let me get to my point before you've already
I'm
told
sorry.
me
Go
what
ahead.
it is
I'm
I'm
sorry.
going
Go
to
ahead.
say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I'm
Go ahead.
trying to say to you is a Neanderthal skull, when you look at them, they're exactly like a modern human skull. There's no difference other than the teeth are better. They've got a bigger brain capacity. The skeleton structure's thicker and stronger. They've got more prominent brows, which suggests that they'll live longer because over time your brow grows and grows and grows. So they're a good evidence to suggest that people were living longer in the past. And they've been hijacked into some kind of evolution proof.
Okay, so you do believe in evolution.
No,
no.
never said nothing about evolution, did I?
Every one of those skulls has been proven to be a fake.
That's
Every
what
one of them.
that's what I'm saying. The guy that just said they're fake, that's kind of was my understanding, was that all that shit was fake.
I'm offering you some evidence, and you can look into it if you want, or you can hand wave it. It's up to you. Like, but that's my evidence for people were living longer in past times.
Right. I can hand you dinosaur bones, right? Does that mean that I can prove dinosaurs were here? No.
You can hand me
But
down.
I can absolutely hand you dinosaur bones. I can name the dinosaur bone. I can tell you what he ate for lunch, what he looked like, all that shit.
Okay.
But can I
Tell me
prove
what he
that
ate for lunch.
dinosaur was here? No.
Okay. Is
How?
the food we eat nutrition getting worse and worse?
I would say yes.
Okay. Is the air quality we breathe getting worse and worse?
Air quality, I'm not, I mean, I don't know. And I've been in America. I can't say yes or no. I've always had allergies. Nothing's really changed.
Definitely. And yes, there are actual bones of large animals and large giants in museums. You can actually go get them. Okay. There are
Right.
proof.
There's
Okay.
dinosaurs too.
So wait. So
There's moon
just
rocks.
based on that alone, are we degenerating through time? As time progresses, are we degenerating? Everything is getting worse. So therefore we're going to die easier and quicker compared to people years and years and years ago.
If you ask me, please let me get my full thought out. That is kind of the devil's plan. That's his plan to make people die quicker. It literally was a agenda to say we need to remove so many people off the earth by this date. How do you do that? Through the water, through the air quality, through the nutrition, through all of that. So yeah, I think it's an agenda more than anything else.
So people could have lived longer then.
I mean, people could have flew too, but I can't prove that.
Well, you asked for evidence. I'm giving you evidence on yes, people lived longer in the olden days.
No, we were talking about 900 years. That's a drastic difference if somebody can live to 100.
People could. Well, do we see giants today?
I mean, Shaq still lives. Yao Ming
No,
still
no,
lives.
that's not a
8 foot.
giant. He would still be considered small if you look at giants of what they'd said in the Bible.
Right, but we don't have anything to go off of based on the Bible, just a belief.
Do you
We
know that?
actually
There's
have
actual skeletons of
Shaq to go off
giants.
of
Dude, there's actual skeletons of giants.
Yep.
from the Bible time.
Real evidence today. There's real giants you can
Do
go
you
and
know how
see.
long it take? Do you know how long it takes a bone to decay?
Go, you probably know because you just agree. You just believe everything said.
No, that would be the opposite. You're just believing it because a book said it, not because it's
No, no,
actually not.
I'm not
Hold on,
saying about a book. I'm
not
saying you
because it's
can
actually
go, you can
plausible
go
for
and
a
look an
bone.
actual. You can look at an actual skeleton that is a giant.
And how long ago was that giant living?
That's
There's
not the
been
point.
there's been recent ones. Have you ever heard of Robert Wadlow?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, let me conclude with him.
Can
real
I'm
about
quick.
going to tell you
giants?
something. My grandfather met him.
I just want to conclude with him real quick. How long ago were these huge? Like okay, so you said that like 8 foot is not considered a giant. What do you consider a giant?
He's still considered small. We have this things of giants, 16 foot.
Okay,
Yeah.
the 16-foot giant. What time period was this 16-foot giant around?
I don't know because I
How
can't
would you
tell
know
the time
that?
period.
How would
Right.
you know that?
That dude.
I'm
That
the one
dude is
showing
Robert
you that
Ward.
all you're doing is dealing in belief at this point.
No, 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 no,
This
no.
Yeah,
You
my
asked for
grandfather
evidence
met
on
that
why.
guy.
this dude here is Robert Wadlow. Look at the size of him, and he's not even half the size of they would have been. And this guy must have been over 8 foot, 9
My
foot, maybe.
grandfather met that dude, man.
You can literally find 1800s newspaper clippings where they've dug giants up all over in America. You know, it's like
Okay, how tall was
not to
Wadlow?
believe that, mate.
Well, I'm not quite sure. 8 foot, 8.5 foot, maybe.
8.5 foot. I
I
don't
think.
disagree that there could be a human that was 8.5. We've seen 8 foot humans. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with this guy telling me that 2,000 years ago, or even longer than that, we
How do you
have
know
the
how long
bones.
ago? Wait,
I
wait.
never said
How
how
do you
long
know
ago
how
it
long
was.
ago it was? You
He was
don't.
talking about because we were talking in the context of biblical giants.
Yeah. How do you know how long ago it was? Your timeline's been had 1,000 years added to it, you know?
Okay, so that's when I asked him what time, and he said he didn't know.
Well, no, none of us do because we've been lied to
So
about when we
again, so
are.
when it comes to the giants that he's talking about, the 16-foot
So
giants,
he was
it is
8'9".
pure belief.
He was 8'9", 8'9", 2.72 meters.
The
So
fact
Just
of the
in the 9
matter
foot.
is, pseudo, the fact of the fucking matter is this. They existed and they may actually still exist today.
aren't you the guy that just said the bones were fakes?
I said that the caveman
Dinosaurs.
bones and all of the Lucy and all that bullshit,
Mm.
all of that is nothing but they found out that they're like composite, like put together shit from different animals and monkey
So what
jaws.
bone? I got you, and I agree 100%. What bones is Flats talking about the 16-foot people?
We're talking about giants.
Okay, do you have their bones to compare to say that those are the real bones?
Do I
Go
have
look at.
them? No.
Right.
Okay,
I
go
mean,
look.
you basically just said how the Lucy bones were proven, fake, and all the other bones were fake. But you say you don't have the 16-foot bones to even give a real argument about it.
Well,
It's
there
just
was
belief.
recently.
Wait. This whole thing stemmed from you said give evidence that people lived longer in olden days. Now we're giving you the
900
evidence.
years.
Yes, people could live 900 years. I agree, just what the Bible says. By the way, not just the Bible says people lived that ages. There's a whole bunch of other historical books and different cultures and stuff that say the same thing. Okay?
Gotcha.
You
Besides
are just
books, what
denying it.
proof?
Wait. You just denying it doesn't make it not true. That's just you hand wave dismissing it.
No. All I said was that I agree with you that books can say whatever they want to say. That doesn't make it true because multiple books said it.
Okay. Go and look at the Giants of Lovelock.
Yeah.
And my question to you, what time period are we talking about?
I
Okay,
don't give
that
a
would have
damn what
been.
time period is.
That
The
isn't
point
that
is,
It
long
does
ago.
matter because there is a
the point
certain
is,
way that bones decay. That's why
No,
it
the
matters.
point, you haven't told us how long it takes for bones to decay. And you aren't you weren't alive long enough to be able to tell us how long it decays.
And in what
So
conditions are the bones in? We have the bones that are down in the catacombs of Paris that have obviously been boiled before placed in there, or they wouldn't be as preserved as they are because of the moisture and whatnot, right? Um, there's a mummy of a really old Indian in Mammoth Caves, Kentucky, that he hasn't decomposed hardly at all because of all the gypsums that's in there. So you're not taking into account the different kinds of conditions. So when you say how long it takes for a bone to decay, you have to include under what conditions.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, so I don't
okay,
think
and
you
I'm
do
fine
know
with that.
how long it
Under what
takes
can
for a bone to decay. Now I was going to tell you,
I'm 100%
here
fine
in the
with that.
last recent in just the last couple of decades, there was a case where the Smithsonian was trying to sue somebody for saying that that they hid evidence of giants and other archaeological finds. And while the curator of the Smithsonian was on the stand testifying that they would never do such a thing, the grandson of a former curator came walking into the courtroom carrying a 5.5 foot long human femur with a Smithsonian tag attached to it.
Hmm. And it was a real bone, a real
It was a
femur.
real bone. Now, when they tell you about these dinosaur bones and shit, you can't ever see any of those. You're not allowed to see them. You see replicas. Okay. But
Gotcha.
there are so many accounts, and I myself have talked to Paiute elders out west. And when they tell you about that, what Flats brought up, the Lovelock giants, okay, they were at war with these giants. And these elders told me, and this is history. This isn't tales to them. This is honest to God, their history passed through oral tradition. And they said that these giants, they were huge, red hair, double rows of teeth, and they would come running through a village, picking up people and biting their heads off and throwing the bodies back down so that they could come back and collect up all the bodies and eat them.
I
And
got you.
so they got together, the tribes all got together and they went to war against these giants. And apparently they ran them off into this cave in Lovelock Canyon, and they set fire to the mouth of the cave, and it killed the giants in the cave. Now, years later, here in the early 20th century, there were people in that cave mining for guano, and they happened upon these bones of giants with red hair and double rows of teeth, 6 fingers. And man, these guys were telling me too that these things could run along and pick up a buffalo under its arm like you could pick up a German Shepherd or something.
I
That's
understand
how
what
big
you're
these
saying.
fucking guys were.
I understand what you're saying. My only question to that would be, and you don't have to know the exact number, about estimate, how many of those bones did they find?
How many complete skeletons? I think there were 16.
The
16.
Smithsonian.
So
Yeah.
there was an army of 16.
Yeah, at least. There's still be
Okay,
maybe more.
the whole, I
Look
got
at
you.
the
Let
look at
me
when
let me
hold on.
explain why I said
When they
that. The
went
whole,
into
I got you.
Patagonia. When they went
The
into
whole reason that I
Patagonia.
said that, the whole reason that I said that is because if there was a civilization um, of these giants, and they
Mhm.
all, according to the story, went to this one location, however, only 16 of those were found. It's like, okay, so what happened to the other bones?
I don't know. You tell me. How many deer die in the woods every year that nobody ever
That's what I'm
finds, and
saying,
nobody
man.
listen, and nobody ever finds the skeletal remains of? Maybe a rib here, maybe something there, where it's been ravaged by scavengers and God knows what else. Okay, now I
Right.
do know that in that same case, it was uncovered that the Vatican had been actively paying people that live in Sardinia to dig up bones of giants and to chuck them into the sea.
Awesome. So besides us having the story that they were getting paid by the Vatican to destroy them,
Mhm.
we don't have them to actually prove that they existed. What we have is about 16 of
Well,
those.
you know what? I don't have a horse in my backyard either, but I know they exist.
Awesome.
How about a dehydrated water? You got some of that in a cup
I
by
The,
do.
chance?
Smith,
I
the
do.
Smithsonian Magazine talks about the graveyard of giants found in China, which dates
I
back
understand.
up to
And, and
5,000
let me
years ago.
and let
Dates
me
up to
digress.
5,000 years. Wait. Dates to 5,000 years ago.
I got
This
you,
is from
dude.
the Smithsonian Magazine.
I'm gonna digress because one of the biggest things that made me a flat earther was not just purely dealing in belief. And the
And
things
this
that
is
you
what
got,
you're doing. You're dealing in belief now.
no, this is what you
Also, the
guys are
issue I
doing.
do have with a lot of flat earthers, though, is you guys are too gullible, or you think everything is fake.
Okay, the guy that's saying people 16 foot 900 pound, or people that were 16 foot lived 900 years ago that can't really prove it, is telling the guy that's saying I don't truly believe that, is the one
No.
telling
You
me
can't prove they
I'm the
didn't.
believer.
We can
Wait.
prove it,
You
dude. There's
can't
a
prove.
museum.
You believe there's a
This,
flat Earth? Do you believe there's a creator to it? Do you believe it was created by someone?
Do
No,
you
but
know that there's moon rocks inside of museums too? So I'd imagine you guys believe
Sure.
there's a
Petrified
you're
moon.
rocks.
acting like
Yeah.
you're literally acting like a baller, man.
let's put it into
Not at all. That's
perspective,
what.
though.
Not at
Let's let,
all.
let's just quickly put into perspective, right? You find
True.
flat Earth.
Hold on. True or
No,
false? Are
no,
there
you
moon
hold on a
rocks?
minute. No,
Hold
you
on.
hold
True
Whoa,
on.
or
wait,
false?
man.
No,
Are
you
there
hold
moon
on.
rocks in
Michael's busy
museums?
talking, man.
No,
Listen.
you hold on, right? You find flat Earth, and lo and behold, Bible describes it exactly. Yeah, flat earthers use the Bible for arguments. Even Jeren, who don't believe in God and Jesus Christ, still uses Bible for arguments for flat Earth. Yeah.
I do as well.
Well, then you shouldn't if you don't believe in
If
Bible,
you don't
mate.
believe what the
No.
Bible
No, I
says,
don't. I don't believe it the way that some people say they have to base their entire life upon it. I know that a man wrote the Bible,
You're an hypocrite,
and I
mate.
know there was. I know that a
Do as
man
you
wrote
will,
the
dude.
Bible.
Do as you will.
that's
Got you.
hypocrisy.
I
So
have
I want
no
to point.
clue
I
how
just
the.
want to point out something real quick. This is from a 1587 map of the world, and this is an area down along South America, Argentina area now. Okay,
Land of the
and
Giants.
you see it says Region de Gigante. Okay, what does that mean? It means land
Region of the
of the
Giants.
giants. Land of the giants. We also have the reports of Captain Cook when he came along that very same area in describing the gigantic people that he encountered there. He only came up to their belly button. He came up below their belly button. His eyes were below their belly button, for Christ's sake. You telling me there's no, and that's what I'm saying. It's people say, oh, there was no such thing as giants. Bullshit, man.
Dude, I never said. All I said was that
There's
we
a
can't
museum
prove
in
it.
Peru where they actually have their skeleton remains of the giants there. You can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
go look at it
Yeah, but
today. Yeah.
like I'm
I
saying,
got you.
The
There
Smithsonian
are also.
Magazine
Can I? Can I?
itself.
There are also museums of moon rocks. There's also museums
No,
of everything that.
dude.
There's. Hold
False
on one
equivalence.
second, dude.
We
Hold
know
on
what
one
you're
second.
saying. You're saying just don't believe it because there's a museum of blah blah blah. Do you
But
think the
that's what you guys are
Smithsonian?
doing. That's your
No.
proof.
Do you think the Smithsonian Institute is fake?
No,
Okay. So do you think people are able to go and verify the bones of the giants?
I don't. I haven't dug into it that hard to say yes or no.
Oh,
Yes, they can.
DNA
Then why
testing
are
was
you
done.
big comment?
Listen, DNA testing was done
No,
on those
I'm doing
bones,
it based
on those
on their
skeletons.
proofs because they're not proving it based on they're saying okay they carbon dated it to this or that or the other. All they're saying
Carbon
is that
dating's a joke. Carbon
Yeah,
dating doesn't
carbon dating
work.
is a
It's a
joke.
lie.
awesome. I'm in the same pool with that, right? I believe the exact same thing. So to say that whatever method they're using, all you guys are doing is believing that. That's all I'm
Okay.
trying to point out.
No.
Okay,
So
so
they verified their bones of humanoid bones. They
They
verified that.
recently, yeah,
I
I
can
mean, a
show
few
you where
years
they
ago,
verified moon rocks.
Why can't I talk on my own show? A few years ago, they found a graveyard in China,
Mhm.
a graveyard, okay, of giants in China, which the skeletons are 5,000 years old,
How
okay?
are they preserved?
In the ground, it's a burial site.
There's no possible way a
205 years.
yes,
bone
Wait,
survive
Yes.
5,000
days.
years in the ground.
Composition of the soil can absolutely preserve, as I stated about the Indian that's
Wow.
in Mammoth Cave. You've also got the peat bog bodies that are found, people that have been laying in that peat bog in, I think it's in Holland, for
Hey, what about that
centuries.
soil? I got you. Hey,
They're
now please let me
mummified.
talk. Hey, let me talk to that guy because he's
Okay.
obviously
Can I
convinced.
can I
Hold on,
finish
let
my
me talk
point
to
now
him,
about the can I finish my point about the 5,000 year old giants?
please.
That fits perfectly in line with what the Bible and the genealogy of where people have started living, and that Adam and Eve were giants themselves, and everybody were able to live longer because nutrition was easier and better those days. You even agreed with me, the nutrition gets worse and worse as we go along. The air quality gets worse, the water quality gets worse. So, based on entropy, we will eventually just die quicker and quicker. More diseases, this has been shown. So yes, all this is evidence that people did live to the years they said, just like Bible says Adam and Eve lived, Methuselah lived 900 years old. You don't have anything against it other than, nah, I think it's a fairy tale. Just hand it dismissal.
No, that's why I keep asking questions like the guy that brought up the soil, right? What has to happen for the soil to allow a bone to survive
Noah's
5,000 years?
Ark.
There's a number of
Noah's
things.
flood.
Number of things.
Noah's
I can
flood.
show I can show you about Noah's Ark where there were actually people that were paid to put a boat there. I can show you those articles.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're talking about now how the bones are preserved.
Well, you're
Noah's
the one that
flood,
said
the
Noah. You're the
sediment,
one that
wait,
said
wait, wait,
Noah.
wait. The compactness of the sediment because of Noah's flood was able to keep those that burial sites.
That's why you mentioned
Perfect,
Noah,
preserved.
because of the sediment.
And
That's why
quickly,
you mentioned Noah's
Well,
flood.
that's the whole thing. I'm trying to talk to one guy, and then he's butting in, and then I'm going to what he's talking about, trying to get back to what the one guy's saying.
let me
So,
just
like I
quickly clear
said,
something up right quick.
what
Look, let me just quickly
hold
clear
on,
something
no,
up.
let me finish
No,
one
just let me
thought.
quickly clear something up, right?
Let me finish one
you
thought.
Flaps mentioned Noah's Ark, right? And then you went to some guys were paid to. Flats never claimed he knew where location Noah's Ark is or out like that. He just claimed Noah's Ark as in Bible in Noah's flood, and you've jumped straight on him with some bullshit about guys getting a boat
Being
and
paid.
placing it somewhere like
Because he
some
cut
kind
me
of
off in the middle of me
forgery,
responding
like.
to a guy. He cut me off in the middle of me responding to a guy, so my
Why do
mind
these
went
guys always
directly
play
to what he
victim
was
like
talking about.
this?
Mhm.
Why do they always play victim when they can't prove their points?
Is that a true or false that I was trying to talk to this guy? Then you said something about Noah, so I started talking about Noah.
No,
Like that's
you did a
true.
false equivalence. You tried to push on to Noah's flood was now fake because someone paid someone
What?
to. We
What?
were
Why
talking about
don't?
I
Why
sediment.
think
I
don't
the
we?
never
original
said Noah.
question,
I
I think
never
the
said that it
original,
was fake.
Why?
You,
Why don't
you
we? Why
never
don't we
heard me
stop?
say that it was fake or not. All you heard me say was that I can give you the
Did you
articles.
not say someone was paid off to say the boat is at a location? That's saying
What?
it's fake.
That
What?
is true. That saying that the location of where they found it was fake. Not
I
that a
didn't talk
flood
about the
didn't happen.
location.
Not that a flood didn't happen. That where the boat was found, that people were paid to put a
So the
boat
flood did.
there.
Noah's flood did happen. Then why didn't you believe what the Bible says is true? Then can you prove Noah's flood happened?
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Can I please just go back to the guy that had the
No, you're a
soil
hypocrite.
argument?
Everything you're double speaking. You want to use the Bible for your arguments, and you don't want to use the Bible for your arguments. This is the whole
No,
reason
it's
we're
just
having.
we weren't talking about Noah. I was talking to the guy about
I
5,000
was. You
exactly
asked me
while
how
I
do
was
we know the
responding.
bones. You asked me how we know about the bones. So I
I
just
think
told
it's
you.
time we stop anyway talking about what we believe and that, and why don't we pick this guy apart and what
I
he
have
believes?
three guys like not letting me finish anything that I say. All I'm asking is the guy that says he knows that they could be preserved through 5,000 years because of the soil. I was going to ask him, can he verify what type of soil is needed to have something preserved for 5,000 years?
Any
Because
soil.
because he is 50, 60 years old max. How do you
Any soil.
verify any soil can let something be preserved for 5,000
If it's
years?
compacted, yes.
Cool, man.
Can you prove anything against it?
That bones decay in dirt at a very rapid rate, that they can't
Oh.
survive 5,000 years.
Show me decayed bones, please.
Okay, here we go. Uh, is there a way that I can post pictures and sources in here?
Oh, wait. How do we know those are real pictures of real decayed bones?
So when you
I'm
guys
going to
take
do
the same
exactly what you're doing. How do we know
when
it's real pictures of
so
decayed
when you
bones?
guys take the skepticism that I take, it's cool for you, but when I
No,
take skepticism of how
I'm
bones
holding
could
you
be
to
preserved for
your, I'm
5,000
holding you to
But,
your
years,
line of
but,
reasoning.
dude, we've had skepticism all night. Like, why don't you present stuff and we'll pick you apart for an hour?
that's what I just said. Is it possible for me to post something in here?
On the bottom, share screen.
I'm on a phone. Can I share screen from a
Yeah,
phone?
there's a thing that says
Sure
share
can.
screen.
Little TV thing with an arrow in it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I'm going to hold you to your own standards. You spin my head right round, right round. Sing, guys, Coriolis. So you see, this is the issue I have with a lot of these things. We argue a lot with different types of people. And in the end of the day, they always play victim. Always.
Okay,
How
I'm
is
going to answer his question on what types of conditions can preserve organic material. There's a number of different things. In fact, once man first found out that he could preserve meats and things like that through using salt, through drying. Um, there's certain compounds that preserve flesh, mummify it, so to speak. That's found in peat bogs. They found people that were ritualistically executed and their bodies thrown into this bog, and they're like 1,000 years old, and you can still take a fingerprint off of them.
Wow.
The Egyptians were playing with it, the Peruvians, and different methods were used. So a body can be preserved a number of ways, and as Flatzoid was using the example of Noah's Ark, I think Noah's flood or the Great Flood, this deluge of sediment over top of things can compress and also stop any kind of organic material from forming to it'll suffocate it basically. So there's very little decomposition that takes place, if you understand. So there's a number of different ways that things can be preserved. But the thing is that when you start getting into the bones of people, and especially in drier areas, there's a lot to be said for that, because they can last a long time, even if exposed to fire. Even when a person is cremated, they still have to pulverize the bone material into dust because of the fact. God bless.
But I mean,
They have to do that because it's like you can't get rid of the thigh bone. You can't get rid of there's a few bones that just do not incinerate down. So it's kind of hard to get rid of bone. It really
Yeah.
is.
And it does say here, clay does preserve and damage bone, depending on the circumstances. If it's wet and heavy, it preserves because it's tighter and more airtight.
That's why they find a lot of fossils where there used to be a body of water, and right where it turns, right where the water would have turned on the outside of the bank, or where it would have been, that's where they find a lot of preserved fossils and shit like that, because
yeah, but I mean,
that animals and stuff, they washing downstream and they get
it's,
caught in that current right
but I
there.
mean,
Yeah.
even today, you get landslides and things that happen, and they have
Mhm.
fossils because of the landslide. That's how it's compacted the bone in the sediment.
Yeah.
It's not hard to understand. The fact that people can just hand wave dismiss and say, "Oh no, I don't believe it," is not evidence against it. It's just hand wave dismissal. But
I
I mean,
definitely didn't
we
do
have
that. I
already gone
asked
over our
what type
time.
of
Are you
soil.
coming right? Are you coming right with sharing the screen yet?
I asked him what type of soil, so I can verify that type of
Any
soil would be able
soil.
to preserve something for 5,000. Now we all
What
know that
does
if
it
I go with
matter? What
any
does it matter
soil,
what
it's
soil? As
not
long as it's
going to
compact
yield
and
five.
airtight.
So any soil, compact and airtight,
But I would
can
say
preserve
clay
something
is the
for 5,000
most.
years.
But clay is the most likely, I would say.
Okay,
Yes.
was this clay or was this something else? That's what I'm trying to get specific.
Well,
Are you going to
clay
show
is
us those
part of the
pictures or
earth,
not?
isn't it? Clay is part of mud, soil.
And
Are you
that's
going to
why I
show us?
probably won't be able to get my answer because if
Are you
I
going to
know that
show
if
us
I
those
say
pictures?
pictures of decayed bones,
Yeah.
dude, I don't think that any of us would deny that it doesn't take long for a bone to decay.
How long?
The
How long
argue
is
the
not
art
long?
the hold
How
on
long
hold on
is not long? What's the
the argue
conditions?
the argument is what conditions could hold a bone for 5,000 years, and that's why
You
I'm asking a specific
okay? A
question of
neutral
what were
condition.
these specific what
It would
were
have
these
to be.
specifics to allow this bone to
Okay,
hold for
I can show.
5,000
Wait, wait,
years.
wait.
It'd
I
have to
can.
be
it's what
pH neutral. pH neutral. Tight, wet
They
clay.
can.
That type of thing.
no, it's
Are
They
you
can
flood.
show.
guessing, or are
They
you
can show.
saying
Wait,
this
wait.
was the
They can
or
show
is he
perfectly.
guessing,
They
or is
can
he
show
saying this is the
perfectly
exact
preserved wool.
conditions of the 5,000 years,
I'm
or are
telling
you
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 guessing?
types
can
of
show.
conditions. I'm telling you types of conditions that may.
Yeah, you can even show perfectly preserved bodies of people, thousands of years old in ice.
The Iceman that they found up in the Alps just what,
The
about
other day
20
now.
years ago or
Yeah,
so?
perfectly
Uh,
preserved.
Tattoos.
I could
You
imagine
can
Everything.
see
ice
the
would do something
tattoos
that
on
way.
him. They
I
know
could
what he
imagine
did.
ice.
Yeah. Preserved
I can
mammoths.
imagine ice. I imagine dirt.
Oh
Why
yeah.
not? If
Well,
dirt is airtight, why
mhm.
why would just like ice would be airtight? Why would you say one would preserve and not the other?
I mean, you can quickly ask Google. I mean, Google's not the most reliable, but if you quickly ask Google if bones can be preserved for 5,000 years in soil, it will tell you yes in
Mhm.
certain conditions. Absolutely.
Cool. And then I would go to that source and kind of see what type of condition that it was.
Maybe try.
I'm sure
Yeah,
they
yeah,
probably would tell you in the article that due to whatever conditions in the soil. Also, I would
look,
imagine this was in China. You say, was it in
yeah,
probably one of the?
China, a
Was it
mass
in one of
grave.
the in the desert in it like one of the desert regions?
I think so. It was like 204 graves they found.
Yeah,
So
because
not
seeing,
only would they have been in China, they would have been here in America too, right?
yeah,
It's
they are.
everywhere.
They're
There's no
all
way.
over the Ohio Valley. Those mounds, those serpent mounds, those are graves, dude.
Okay, so in Ohio, we can find 5,000-year-old bones of giants, right?
Yes.
But I
Cool.
mean, look at the mummies, the
Thomas
Egyptian mummies.
Jefferson wrote about the damn thing.
Yeah, but I
Thomas
mean,
Jefferson was into it.
Well,
but I
Thomas
mean, even look.
Jefferson was nowhere near 5,000 years ago.
Okay, wait, but look at
My
even the
fucking
Egyptian
God.
mummies. Okay, they're also thousands
Okay,
of
man.
years
You
old.
know what?
Preserved,
I
preserved
don't
means
like
they're
the way the
comatose.
conversation's going, dude. You know what? I don't know if 5,000 years of bones can be preserved. I don't
How
know.
the fuck do you know how long ago it was? You don't
That
know
was the whole.
anything. You don't know
You're
how
the
long
one that
ago
said five.
anything before
You
you were
said it.
born was. Listen to
You
me.
said it.
You listen to me. You
You
have
said it.
no idea whatever occurred outside of your lifetime.
But you do.
No, I don't.
Well, you're the one that's 100% sure that
I
5,000 years
didn't
ago in
say that
No,
China
you're.
no,
Where
we
are
there were
you
said
bones
getting?
of
apparently that's what they say.
giants.
Where the fuck are you getting 5,000 years from?
You're the one that said it about the China
I
giants.
never said any goddamn 5,000 years, bro.
You might
You're the
need to
one that keeps
rewind it.
bringing up 5,000 years. So you tell me where you get this 5,000 years from.
From whoever on this panel said 5,000 years of
I,
bones.
yes, I said that they said apparently 5,000 years, but the point
That's
is again,
them.
That's
we
where I
can
got it
show,
from. There you go.
we can,
That's where I got it
okay,
from.
still talking. And
Carbon
apparently,
dating
like the
is no.
mummies, yeah, it wasn't me, says, weren't the giant skeletons proven false in 1934? No, they weren't. They want to hide giants because they don't want people to know about giants. They weren't shown false at all. You can still
Yeah.
look
Goodbye,
them
Sergio. We know it's you. Goodbye.
yeah,
They
I'm sorry. What
found
did you?
and
Hey, what
then
they
did you just
found
do,
I was
Fletch?
trying to
Gilgamesh's
make a
tomb.
point about the mummies in Egypt. They are able to preserve them for thousands of years Yes, and we know it's thousands of years because, like Tutankhamun, things were found preserved quite well in sarcophaguses. Okay, they were literally man-made tombs. Now, why are they able to not decay in man-made tombs, but you claim they will be decayed in an airtight, compact, natural environment?
Because I take the stance of the gentleman there that just kind of changed his entire stance and said before we were born, especially going 5,000, 3,000 years ago, to say that you believe it based on whatever you said you believed on, that's just belief, dude. There was no proof of that shit happening.
Wait. There's been sightings of giants in my lifetime.
Cool.
Okay. And we go back through antiquity, however old that is. My point being is you keep specifying 5,000 years ago. The 5,000 year reference was based on someone else with their carbon dating horse shit. Okay.
So how
No
do you
one on here has claimed 5,000 years at all. Because you know why? Just like I said, you have no idea how old anything is outside of your generational lifetime. Okay?
Yeah, but
You don't
that's
either.
That's
You don't
right.
either.
According to the Smithsonian, pseudo. I
But
didn't
you
say
guys are the
I
one
agree
that's so
5,000
convinced
years.
that these things are real.
They
Well,
are
wait a
real.
second. Not having a specific date line for them doesn't denote whether they are real or not. That has nothing to do with it. I have a fucking blanket on my bed. It's there. It's a blanket. I don't know how long I've had it or where I bought it or how long ago I bought it, but the fucking blanket is there and it's on the bed. Do you see? There's no correlation behind that. The fact of the matter is, there is evidence of giants up to today. You've got the expeditions of Kincaid, Catalina Island, the island of Sardinia, the graveyard in China, the serpent mounds, and the giant mounds found all over the Ohio Valley, which incidentally, a lot of that they went and flooded for the Tennessee Valley Project. There was huge Aztec temples in an area that's now called St. Louis, Missouri.
I got
Huge
you.
civilization there.
I got you. The entire reason that I asked for how long ago they found these bones is because every time I was asked, that's where we get the 5,000 years ago. That's where we get the Bible times years ago. And so the reason I asked that is because I want to know, what did somebody do in 2020? Because somebody said that it was just found a couple of years ago. What did they do to verify this bone? Let me finish, dude. What did they do to verify that this bone was found 2,000 years ago? What did they do to verify that?
That's why I brought the mummies up in Egypt, like Tutankhamun. We know actual dates when Tutankhamun lived. Now you find the tomb of Tutankhamun and his perfectly preserved mummy. Bones are still there. There's still flesh.
You can't even trace that back to the
Thousands of years.
guy.
Wait. Thousands of years old. That literally throws your argument in the dustbin.
It does not, because you can't prove that DNA fit the guy that you're even talking about.
Oh my word! Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Everything's fake.
And you know that. And you know that.
No.
You know they can't. You know they can't
literally just
pinpoint it to
hand-waved
that
dismissing
guy.
everything. I am anyway, guys. I wanted to go end this stream 15 minutes ago. I'm not going to waste my time with a guy that literally might just, he can be a baller because he just hand-wave dismisses everything. That's all he has.
That's crazy. And you just accept anything
The
you
whole
hear from the
evening,
Bible.
all you've had was, "Nuh-uh, I don't believe you because why? Because I don't believe it." That was it.
All you said was that they found a tomb, and because they found this tomb, that's exactly this guy.
Prove it wasn't. Prove it wasn't Tutankhamun. Go ahead.
How was it proven that it was?
For one thing tonight.
How was it proven that it was the guy?
You have backup. Go. Prove anything you said.
How was it? Dude, my skepticism is, how was it proven that was him?
Go, fine. Go, show us.
Thank you.
One thing. Back up anything tonight that you said.
Because I know for a fact that you can't and I can't prove that that bone skeleton or that went exactly to that guy thousands of years ago.
Go.
Okay, do you know how geology works, dude? Do you understand how they layer sediment and how they date things? How far back they were in
Yes,
events?
please
Okay.
tell us how they tested that was the guy that they said it was thousands of years ago. Please let us know how that
I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the Earth itself and where the fossil record, how the shelf works. You understand
Well,
how
that's
they
not
date
what
that?
we're talking about. We're talking about
Yeah,
a
but I'm
specific
not.
person that
You're asking
came
how
in
they figure out
thousands of
where they
years
How,
find.
ago.
wait a second. How do they know how old Tutankhamun was? How do they know who he was and how long he'd been there or whatever? Is that what you're asking? You know, those tombs came complete with writings, right?
And
You know
Because they
that
had
there
a
are
writing on it.
lineages. You know that there are lineages recorded. You know, and it's almost like he had his own name tag on his shit in there. So it
well,
was pretty
wait,
good
wait.
indication that was him. You know.
Tutankhamun
Gotcha.
was born around 1305 BC. Okay, BC. So he's over. So it's over 3,000 years old.
Okay. Now in America, what do we have to
And
compare that's
this
3,000 years old?
and this is
What what
Tutankhamun
what can I
today.
compare to something that's 3,000
Okay,
years
wait,
old?
wait, wait. Is that decayed bone for
I
3,000
have
year old mummy?
neither you nor me can say for sure if it
Is
is or
that a
not.
decayed mummy? Sorry, is that a decayed bone for 3,000 year old mummy?
I have no clue.
So
The answer would be no.
no. So in other words, I got evidence for what I say. You don't have evidence for what you say. What is the logical deduction of that?
Hey, cool man, you're right. 3,000. They found a bone that was 3,000 years ago, and they pinpointed it to the person. Cool.
So now that's with skin
No, the
and
guy
flesh.
came with writing. The guy came with writing. Okay,
Gotcha. He
scrolls,
had a necklace
scrolls.
with a
Listen to
diamond
me.
necklace
Listen
that
to
said
me.
his name on
His
it. Cool.
name was literally on his tomb, bro. His
Awesome.
name was literally on his tomb. Not
And that's
hard to
all the
do,
proof you
man.
need.
Kind of like going to a graveyard today and looking at a tombstone and then going back through genealogy.com and seeing where he lays at. And, you know, it's what the hell? You're really reaching. You're really reaching. I think you're nothing but a contrarian. I don't think you really have a position. I think you just want to be contrarian. I think that's
No,
the reality
my
of it.
entire position was showing how you guys have a lot lately been dealing in belief, and it started from the Bible belief.
Well, you haven't
So,
shown the Bible to be false. You just literally hand-waved dismissed everything we brought.
Okay, who wrote the Bible?
Who cares what you think
Many
about what
authors.
we believe anyway, mate? Who are you like?
Hold on, what did he say? Who wrote the Bible?
Many authors. But what does it matter
About
what we
40
believe? You
authors,
haven't
about
given a
40 people, about 40 people
you
wrote
haven't given a
I've just
claim.
come here to tell you that you guys are doing too much believing. Get out of here, mate, you jerk.
but space is real.
This is one,
Right,
two.
I'm a flat earther. I don't deal in purely belief. I don't
You-
deal in
Oh,
purely
that's
wait,
belief.
wait, wait,
all
wait,
right,
wait.
yeah.
You're a
Guys, he's a
fool.
flat earther. Guys, he's a flat earther. Where does he get the belief of flat earth?
Yeah, from Bible, he said that earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird.
but he doesn't believe the
No,
Bible.
I did
How does
not.
he get
Don't
that
lie. Please do not lie to me.
You said
I
you use
did
it
not
to
say that
support
I
the
became a
Bible.
flat
I
earther
said,
by
I
believing
said,
the Bible.
Jaron uses Bible to back up his flat Earth belief, and you said so do I. And I said,
I
well, you
said
need
that
to
the
stop
Bible
because
supports
you
a
don't
flat.
believe
The
in
Bible
Bible.
supports a flat Earth.
Well, you won't
A
anymore because you
Bible
don't believe
supports the
in
flat
Bible.
Earth.
You said
No,
you go to the Bible to support it.
you're going to be a flat earther from now
I
on
said
who
what,
does not
dude?
use the
Stop letting.
Bible to back
Okay,
flat earth up because Bible's just a book. It's just a story. It's just made up. You won't use it to back flat earth up anymore.
I've definitely said that the Bible comports with flat Earth.
No, it don't mix. It's just a story. Your words don't back nothing up.
Yeah,
It's
how
a
does it back
story.
anything up?
Right.
Well,
I would never
wait,
say
wait,
that this
wait.
proves it.
Game
I
of
would never
Thrones
say that the
talks about
Bible proves flat Earth.
Game of Thrones talks about the ice wall. Does that back up the flat Earth now?
No, it just backs up the ice wall.
Bible talks about giants. Giants have been dug up. Bible talks about flat Earth. We've discovered Earth's flat. Do you see connection?
Awesome. It also says that men walked on water that we can't prove. It also says that
Yes,
Yeah,
that woman came
hey,
from a man
listen,
that a
I've
woman
seen.
came from a man's rib that we can't
Listen,
you
hold
prove.
and
up a
you can't.
second.
It
Wait a
also
second.
says a man died
Listen.
and came and
Stop
rose.
losing your mind.
It's
Stop
things
losing
that
your
we
mind,
cannot.
killer,
It's
Verbal
belief.
ejaculator. Verbal
killer,
ejaculator.
killer. I have seen men perform miracles. I have seen a guy walk on water. I've seen a man walk on fire and not get burned. I've
You've
seen
seen a
a
man
lot of
walk on
things like
water
that.
that
But
was
what?
shallow, and you've seen a man walk on water that was deep enough for him to actually fall through, but he did it.
Yes. Yes.
Please show it. Please
Yes.
show it.
No, well, I'm sorry.
Chris
It's
Angel. Chris
no,
Angel's done it.
not just Chris Angel. I'm talking about some of these.
Chris Angel, the magician.
Will you shut your
Well,
goddamn
the
pie
point
hole for a
was you did
second?
something you said.
You
He
ask
Maybe
said
something,
Chris.
and all you do is sit there and
I'm
talk.
laughing at the guy that cut you off and said Chris Angel.
I didn't, no,
Okay,
no.
so
I corrected you because you said, show me anyone who's done it today. And I said, Chris Angel's one of them. Yes, he's a
Yeah.
magician. I agree. And it's fake.
Mhm.
But he's done what you said can't be shown today.
now I have seen Eastern Tibetans, these Tibetan monks that are so highly trained with their chi energy that they're able to overcome physical shit. And I'm talking about this as one of them that he walked literally on top of the water. Another one I've seen where he was having a drill, a big, huge Makita drill put up to the, no, it was a Bosch, great big bore on it, put right up to the side of his head and shit. And the guy's sitting there trying to drill into his head, and it didn't even do nothing. Just left a little tiny red mark is all. That was it. Another guy, he absorbs his energy and he takes and he can like light paper and shit on fire with it's just from his hands. I mean, so there's people that can do all kinds of things. You can't just dismiss that. But the whole idea of this is you keep going, well, prove this and prove that. And it's like you just keep gish galloping around the fucking thing of contrarianism, you know? The reality is that, and I'm in this, and you may agree, I think we'll find common ground here. Okay. I don't use the Bible as proof of it because most baltards are atheists anyways, and they'll just jump on the Bible and then want to argue about that dumb shit and want to get into a
He's gone
theological
again.
discussion. It's like, no, what I found was that through my exploration, observations, and experimentation, I have found the Earth to be a level stationary topographical plane. Okay? And you know, the Bible happens to agree with what I have found. So I think there's something there.
Yeah. Well, guys, I've got to go. It's been half an hour over the show.
Hey, real quick,
wait.
you got 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2
Because
minutes.
you brought up Game of Thrones, and I thought this was funny as shit. This is somebody did this, and it's Game of Thrones in the trailer park.
Oh.
This is funny as hell. Let me make sure I got the volume. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the AI generated. I'm watching
Down in West Hollow where the country folk plotting, it's king of the porch, but his seat's getting hot. John's the half son, his roots kind of cross, and he's dreaming of a man whose teeth ain't all lost. Arya's in the yard swinging knives at a tree, and Bran's rolling around since he fell from that old TV.
I just had to mute it though. But yeah, he makes a lot of this. This channel does a lot. He does like Harry Potter's ones as well.
Mad.
Yeah.
Hey man, I just want to get just a couple of words out before you leave. Flatzoid, I am
Yes, sir.
a subscriber of yours, dude. I like what you do. I'm a flat earther through and through, and it's about proof more so than believing. I didn't want to get everybody riled up about this shit. It's just that when you say that, hey, there's 5,000-year-old bones, then that's when the flat earther comes to me where you have to prove it. Don't tell me to prove it's fake. I need you to prove that it was real. And so I do apologize, man. I wasn't trying to get everybody off their shits. I'm a flat earther because of proof. I stopped believing in the Bible because I couldn't prove it. And so that's just where I stand. Hey, man, I love you guys. I hope you keep going, man. I hope we keep deciphering this thing. But in no way, form, or fashion was I trying to troll or anything. It hurts me when I see grown men dealing in belief only.
Well, men have got to have some beliefs, mate.
Awesome.
The thing is, you can't show me one person ever that exists that does not have one belief of some sort.
No, exactly. Can I just say to Michelle, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
I just want to die that the Sergio thing, he is a snake and nothing but a divider. He has done nothing but do the same to us, and we are done. Yeah, I know. He told me different stories about you, Michelle, but I took it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but he's being an ass. He's being an absolute ass, and at this time, I won't welcome him back ever, ever.
Yeah.
Bless you,
Sergio,
Michelle. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Michelle.
unfortunately, Sergio is part of a cult, and nothing we'll ever present him will ever change what he
Mhm.
believes. So it's unfortunate. But as pseudo man, you're always welcome. Yeah, I know things got heated, but yeah, with the 5,000 thing, I was saying apparently that's what the Smithsonian says. I wasn't saying I agree with that date. Just to let you know.
I got you. And I guess my quarrel was when it felt like to me you guys were believing it.
Yeah. Well, I do have beliefs. I'm not gonna shy away and say I don't, because that's you have to have some belief.
I
Everybody
agree,
has
man.
belief.
You can't believe in Jesus Christ without believing, because belief is a belief in
Hey,
things that you can't see.
yeah.
None of us have seen Christ, so you have to have a belief in it.
I got you. I appreciate it, man. Hey, and I plan to come back on here with you guys. Hopefully it'll be on something else, but you guys have a great night, man. In no way,
You
form, or
too.
fashion, I want to troll or some shit
Yeah,
like
no
that.
hard
Thanks for
feelings,
coming,
mate.
man. Sisters, appreciate it. You guys want to give closing statements?
No, I think we've all spoken enough, haven't
Yeah, man.
I just don't understand how you can believe, proof of flat Earth, but not believe in the creator of flat Earth, and use the same. It's kind of cherry picking. You'll pick from the Bible what will support flat Earth, but you won't believe the other parts of it. That's cool. That's cool. That's your prerogative, dude. We have free will. We have free will. But I pray that you see Jesus Christ. You see the truth of Jesus Christ,
Amen.
because flat Earth is truth, but the truth comes from Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life. So the truth only comes through Him. Proper truth.
That was a better show than reviewing Jaren's video. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, but it was Jaren's fault that this whole thing went on. Thank you, Jaren.
We'll blame it on Jaren.
My fault for mentioning bloody Jaren's video. We only got what, 40 seconds in?
A minute.
A minute, yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
bless
Which
you.
video was he doing?
water.
Oh, about water. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
come up on my thing. I haven't been over to it yet.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on. Make sure to catch PJ tomorrow night. He's on tomorrow night. It's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night. I've set my stream for the afternoon. I need to set it for morning tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. I've set it for the afternoon. Sorry guys, I'll have to change it. It'll be tomorrow night.
And then Thursday. Well, yeah, Thursday's Luca's birthday. I'm gonna put a poll up. He says he really wants to come and have a stream for his birthday on Thursday. So I'm gonna put it for you guys to vote to see if he's gonna come. And well, it's up to you guys.
I know my vote.
Have him bake a cake. Dude, he's cooking.
I'm not adverse to him coming on for his birthday. Like,
I can't, but I've had enough of him, to be honest. But that's up to people, not up to me.
We're gonna have cake.
No, I don't have daylight savings in South Africa. The sun works here like it's always supposed to.
No, he doesn't. I did ask that one like 2
I've
years
been
ago.
dealing with daylight savings my entire life. And so here I'm thinking here soon I'm going to take all the daylight that I saved up and I'm going to cash it all in and have like a week-long day.
Yeah. No, imagine that's like I'm not actually now 75 years old because of all the daylight savings. I came up to maybe 71.
Yeah. And leap year, don't forget about that too. We have to count that.
Yeah, I was
in.
going to mention that. Leap years. Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you guys coming on. I'll see you guys all then Wednesday evening for another epic show. And remember,
Right on.
PJ's on tomorrow night. Sav, you probably gonna have a show tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to have a show tonight. There's probably going to end up going exclusively over to Rumble after I'm on for a little while because there's really some crazy stuff that needs to be talked about that YouTube frowns poorly on. So
Never stop. Never. No way.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can't talk about that's important.
Rather watch paint rather than celebrate Luca's birthday.
How nice of you, Vicky.
I do that enough in a day, thank you.
I might get a little
Yeah.
cake. I might get a little cake for that.
And then
And
Roger, you have a show?
we're down to 2 nights a week. That's what I'm going to start. I'm doing Thursday and Friday. So
Nice.
yeah, just keeping it simple.
Nice. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Many blessings. May the press be with you. And thanks again, Pseudo, for coming. Bye-bye.
brightly shine, crafted signs of the divine. I'm made for something true. In God's plan, my path renew.